there, my name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants campaign.
Hello everyone, my name's Jared. I'm playing the character of Threign, Path of the Giant Barbarian, and he is seeking to learn about his heritage of the Frost Giants.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles Silverwind, the monk Owlin.
Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm playing the character of Ember. He wants to be a master of wildfire, but does he have the skills to be best one?
Hi, I'm Dave. My character is Harry Harrington the Harengon, a roguish merchant with a heart of gold.
Hello!
Hello everyone!
Hello!
Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is lovely to see all of your gorgeous faces once again, and we are playing Return of the Giants, our premier homebrew D&D 5th edition adventure. Now, those of you who are watching on Twitch or watching the video on YouTube are looking to the left of me and going, there's a face I don't recognize. That face that you don't recognize is Christian. Christian, hello, welcome to the stream.
Thank you for having me. I am very keen. There's very few chances that I actually get to be a player, so this is going to be really dope. I am happy.
You have been cursed with the Forever DM, the touch of the Forever DM, which I have also been cursed with, but seeing as you gave me a chance to escape being Forever DM a couple of weeks ago at the live session at the Collector's Market, I thought it's only fair to return the favour, give you a chance to escape from D&D Purgatory as the Dungeon Master for all time.
Perfect. And the amount of crap you caused me, I can now do for you.
Yeah, I was a nightmare player. I constantly throwing it to other people, being like, "What do you want to do?" Like, "Oh, you should hold this." I was a nightmare. I really just took control. I stood up and did a whole power ballad at one point. I wasn't playing a bard, but I just figured I'd do a whole song, just a singing number on stage. So
As you do.
thank you very much, Christian, for joining us. Now, I should mention, you are not just a forever DM, you are a DM for money, and that's the clumsiest way I've ever worded that.
You really sound so kind and wholehearted. Yes, everyone, I steal people's money.
You offer professional DM. A much better way of saying it is professional Dungeon Master, where you offer professional D&D services.
You made that sound a bit sketchy the way you sort of presented it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get to the end of a session, he pulls out his club and beats you up for your lunch money.
Yeah, I'll come over at night for a session.
That sounds great.
Yeah, we'll go down to the dungeon.
A one-on-one D&D session.
Hey, look, I'm called Christian for a reason. I've got my red room. So I basically I run the business Hermes D&D Services. We're based out of Brisbane, sort of a one-stop shop for all things D&D. I run private sessions Monday to Friday. I think last time I checked, I'm running 10 campaigns at the moment with about 300 NPCs, which is
crap.
Wow.
a lot to remember and a lot to work on. But everyone has an amazing time and a lot of fun, which is great. Tuesday nights streamed actually, as I am a part of, I was invited, just like I was by Owen Lovely, to actually Dungeon Master and run the Crit and Miss Dragonlance story that they're running. But the rest of them are more just groups of friends or people that are looking for someone to play, and I try to facilitate that, as it's hard finding a group that has continuity, a DM that actually takes care of things, no drama. If there's problems that get handled, it's the same reason you go to a public soccer game or community sports. You go there because they have the facilities. I try to facilitate Dungeons and Dragons for people and give them a fun time. And some of the groups have been going for 3 years now, which has been really good. They've become lifelong friends. The live stage session you came to, 5 people from one of my groups actually all came from a couple of different states and areas in Brisbane, and all met for the very first time, which was really, really
that's incredible,
heartwarming.
Wow.
But yeah, that's basically that. We did also have merch as well, things like dice potions, dice trays, earrings and whatnot, but that's now sort of separated as my partner has made her own business, which is going to be at Brisbane Supernova in about a week, I think.
It's going to be very, very exciting. And if you're watching on Twitch, you'll be able to see now in chat there is a link to Hermes D&D Services, and if you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, it is in the comments as a pinned comment, so you can go and check him out. Absolutely. If you're looking, because it's not just also like private games you do as well, it's also functions
obviously there was the one for the expo itself, and I've done a couple of other big marketplaces, and on, I guess, a smaller side but still big, we do party hire immersive sessions where I'll bring decor to sort of decorate the room, themes towards the session, terrain, miniatures, dice, all the stuff, and sort of do it for bachelor parties, birthdays, bachelorettes, a fun weekend for friends. That's how the entire business started, sort of like a D&D party clown. But,
that's fantastic.
It grew from
that's
there.
That's a great idea. I never thought of sort of doing D&D in that way, but I could see that being really, really fun.
Bachelor parties go fucking crazy, and I had to role play a stripper at one time,
nice.
which was really interesting. So they still get their kicks now. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. So make sure if you are in the Brisbane or in the southeast Queensland area, actually, even if you're not, because you also do online games, not just in-person games. I want to say for the in-person ones, make sure you're in the vicinity. Don't try and book him from East Timor. I don't think he's going to be able to attend.
I've had people from New South Wales be like, "Oh, could you come down to like Sydney sometime?" I'm like, "Hey, if you're going to pay for the flight, sure."
Yeah. I'll just pop down. It's only a 10-hour drive. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Awesome. No, thank you for joining us. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Now, we won't introduce your character just yet. We will do a little bit of a recap, start off the party, and then I will bring in your character as the players see your character. For those who are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, you will be able to see a fair bit of the character art on display because I included as part of the overlay.
That's pretty dope!
So, no spoilers. Just try and forget that you can see that. Unfortunately, my attempts to remove the character art and then have it flick on as he's introduced, OBS no likey that. So I have resorted to just asking you for your theatre of the mind it and just pretend you can't see it for now if you're watching. Perfect.
Selective memory, exactly. I need you to actively
repress this right now. Much like most of my players do whenever it's time for me to go, hey, so what do you remember from last session? Awesome. All right. That was all the fun announcements I have to share. Oh, the only other thing, Jared's webcam is still broken. So if you're watching, you will see his face is grayed out, but you will hear his voice. Podcast listeners won't have even noticed because you'll be hearing his voice as normal. But yeah, Jared is here. He's just still waiting on that brand new webcam, which will be here
next week.
Nice. In time for...
so I'll be good for next week. I think it says Thursday or Friday. So
sweet. That's
Does the new webcam have that filter where it can make your head really big like it did that other stream?
You noticed that?
That was fun.
Yes, that was amazing. That's actually the Logi capture thing that I was using.
We really need to play poker sometime because you've got a great poker face.
I'll just do that the whole time.
Full cash game, I think. We'll just get you in.
Yeah.
I'd love to play poker with you too. Absolutely. Well, look, let me do a recap of last session and we will jump straight back into the action. So, previously, the Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, has formed a brand new team. Lyra, Niles, Harry, Ember, and Threign have all returned to the merchant city of Oxenfurt, to the home of the Tempest Guild, the Night Hall. After spending some time with Mira, one of the founders of the guild, the team have learned their next mission will take them deep below the earth, into a section of the world known as the Underdark. A group of deep gnomes recently surfaced in some caverns near the town of Greennest, with stories of the Dwergar, deep dwarves, causing massive problems for the more peaceful denizens of the deep, taking slaves for some massive excavation. With fears the stone giants are behind these recent excavations for the purposes of arming for war, Mira has requested the team head to Greennest and meet with these deep gnomes. Deciding to first take some time to prepare, the team headed out into the markets to gather supplies and information. While Ember, Lyra, and Niles checked out a magical tattoo parlor, then a bakery, Harry met with his Thieves Guild contacts, and Threign trained with the Oxenfurt guards. With the team reunited in the Thirsty Sage Tavern, Lyra overheard some students from the Unseen University reference an expert of Underdark flora and fauna, a Professor Grell. Meeting with the professor, the team learned some of the dangers of the Underdark and were encouraged to seek out the Society of Brilliance, a group of scholars devoted to researching the mysteries of the depths, who are reported to have taken up refuge in an abandoned drow watchtower. The team set off, travelling by airship to the caves outside of Greennest, and were met there by the three deep gnomes, Gobbledy, Gook, and Noose, all of whom seemed way too cheerful, describing the horrific events they had been through to get to the surface. Our druids, Lyra and Ember, were quickly able to deduce the gnomes were under the effects of a strange neurotoxin-like poison, the origins likely from the flora of the Underdark. We left off last session as Threign carried the three gnomes deeper into the cave. The passageway that you walk down is tight and narrow at first. There's points where you have to remove your adventuring gear, your backpack, maybe unstrap weapons, shields from your backs, and walk in a tight single file. Threign, despite your best efforts, it's not possible to carry all 3 gnomes through these tight sections, and at this point, you have to put them down to let them walk through or pass them through to another willing member of the party to keep them held. Yeah, Ember's pretty strong and pretty tall, that makes sense. After about 2 hours of this very, very tight, cramped conditions as you spelunk through this crack, this chasm that's opened up at the back of the cavern, you find the pathway heading down suddenly grows steeper, but also wider. Able to get your gear back on, your backpack settled, and the gnomes back on your shoulders, Threign, the pathway begins to spiral, resembling almost a smooth spiral passage, almost shell-like in its appearance, the inside of a shell spiraling down deeper and deeper. The walls and floor completely circular and smooth. Conversationally, one of the gnomes on your shoulder, Threign, Gobbledy, pipes up. We think this was made by some sort of purple worm a while ago. The worm's probably not here. I mean, if it was, it'd just eat us straight away. I mean, you'd be digested slowly. I say straight away, but death would be long and drawn out. It would be a protracted demise. But we didn't see the worm on our way up, so it's probably fine.
Oh, heavens. That's
But it could be fun to fight.
Have you ever seen a purple worm before?
Not at all.
Oh,
just a worm. What could be the worst thing?
They're pretty big. Imagine the biggest worm you can. Nah, that's not big enough. Imagine bigger. Yeah, you're not doing it right.
Well, sorry, it's made these tunnels, so it must be quite large.
And even more reason why I want to see one now.
Of course you would.
It's okay, little ones. Don't stress too much. It's okay.
Oh, we're not worried. We feel great. Yeah, I feel pretty good, mate. I'm feeling fine. As they cough up a little bit of blood onto their chins.
I'm going to take that as they're not feeling too fine.
The passageway continues.
Can Harry put his ear to the ground and see if he can feel any rumbling or feel like anything of a worm moving anywhere nearby?
Yeah, do you want to give me a perception or investigation check? Your choice.
Oh, yes, I get to choose.
I always offer choices for these sort of things. I don't think I've ever once.
Yes, I get to choose.
It's not like Avatar Legends,
I
where it's like you have to assess a situation. I don't think I've ever once said. I think it's one of the things someone once picked me up and goes, "Why do you give people a choice of perception or investigation?" Because some people are wisdom based and some people are intelligence based, and I kind of see the skills as doing different things. So if you say for perception, it's just what you see. If it's investigation, it's what you sort of search out. So I like to offer both.
Admittedly, when you do make you give those options, you do sort of give, when they take like either perception or investigation, you will
I give different
a different answer depending.
Yeah,
so like it does.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, yeah.
Harry,
Well,
9.
So is it two on the dice? So that's a 9.
That's a 9. There are no sensations of vibration that you can detect through the earth, but as you press your ear to the ground, you can hear a soft rumbling. Feels like it's coming from very, very far away. Hard to tell direction, hard to really tell the source. It sounds consistent, but if you were a bit closer or if you were able to pick up the sound a bit better, you might be able to deduce a little bit more about it. But yeah, there's almost like a rumbling that seems to be coming from quite a distance away, just picking up the faint after echoes of it.
Yep, it's pretty far away. We'll be fine.
Perfect.
Oh, excellent.
As you continue on, it's hard to keep track of time. The darkness is so complete here. Only the only source of light, the torches that you've lit, or I guess actually probably Ember. You just a little bit of produce flame in your hand, and yeah, you don't need a torch.
Well, I'd actually probably, once it starts getting quite dark, I'd probably pull out the drift globe thing that I have, and do. Well, there's 3 options, wasn't it? It was daylight or So, just trying to think if I had it in my. Yeah, I'll just do daylight. So get that one to follow me, and
So
light the area up for everyone.
Yeah, so I think so. What you can do is essentially you can have it create different levels of light. The daylight is actually casting the daylight spell, which is a very, very helpful spell, but not so much for traveling through dark spaces. Let's quickly pull open the drift globe. So your options are. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of a different one. Sorry, the drift globe is just the. Yeah, sorry. So if you're within 60 feet, you get. Daylight effect emanating. Yeah, sorry, it is the same amount of light from the daylight spell. Oh no, you can get it to emanate the daylight spell.
Which is
there you go. You get both. Fantastic. Yeah, the light that explodes from this orb that then hovers behind you, Ember, illuminates the passageway, but also casts strange shadows as you continue down this spiral pathway. Occasionally giving the illusion of motion in front of you or behind you, creatures moving in the dark that you can't see. But every time you stop and peer back. Nothing there, just the darkness itself looming around at all times. Your pathway continues on. Again, it's hard to keep track of time, but after what seems like a number of hours, the passageway bursts out through a cavern wall, and you step out to see an enormous open underground area. It stretches further than the eye can see. You can catch the subtlest glimpse of what looks like a lake far in the distance, as large as any ocean, disappearing off into the distance. At the moment, you seem quite high up. If you were in the overworld, you might be on a plateau or quite a large hill. But down here in the depths, it looks like valleys carved away beneath you. The pathway where this massive spiral section of tunnel had sort of burst outwards, there's a small narrow pathway leading across a ledge that the gnomes direct you to. Your time out in the open ends quite quickly though. As you pass along this narrow ledge, it takes you back into an enclosed tunnel. This one much smaller, seemingly carved or maybe mined out or excavated sometime in the distant past. As you emerge out into a slight opening, the gnomes pause for a second. Gobbledy mutters a little bit under his breath. No, this isn't what I... This looks a bit different to when I was last here. And I'm going to bring you all across to a little map.
Uh-oh.
I know what you're talking about. Why are you worried?
Uh-oh.
It's just for reference.
Just for reference.
When we were going through that cave that you were sort of like, oh, I'm not sure if it's sort of man-made or if it's creatures have made it. If I run my hand like along the wall, like, does it sort of feel like pickaxes sort of have a pretty telltale kind of pattern to them in the wall? Like, is it sort of more like teeth marks, or is it quite smooth, like it's sort of water's gone through, or?
That's a really good question. Do you want to make me, I'd say probably this falls under investigation or maybe a survival check as well. I'd argue either one of those. Maybe perception as well.
I will take survival if I can.
Yeah, take survival. Shame you're not a dwarf. You'd have advantage on this if you're a dwarf to understand stoneworking. 19. Lyra, as you examine the stonework, yeah, a closer examination does reveal this was excavated. But a long time ago, a very long time ago, the pickaxe cuts are almost covered slightly by a thin layer of almost what looks like a crusted salt-like stone. Water dripping from above has carried little particles of stone down and started to cover the pickaxe gouges. That's how long ago this was. With a 19, doing a quick sort of estimate in your mind, thinking back to what you know of your time studying the natural world in the Druid Enclave, this might predate the ruin, this excavation.
Wow.
But the pickaxe marks look too small to be giant. Do
they? So the giants disappeared before the ruin. Their disappearance was kind of the trigger for the ruin much later on, but there was still sort of 200-300 years where elves, dwarves, and dragons were coexisting on the same continent. And you guys don't know much about what the dwarves were up to during that time. You've learnt a little bit of the dragons, a little bit of the elves, but not much of the dwarves. I mean, heaven forbid the dwarves dig too deep.
Oh yes, whatever could happen.
I do like to subvert fantasy tropes where I can. That's the biggest fantasy trope, the dwarves digging too deep.
Because the only things you know about the dwarves are pretty much that they hold up in Bolmir.
Yeah, so when the dwarves first came, the original dwarven descendants, who were the kind of ancestors of hill dwarves, mountain dwarves, and Duergar, the deep dwarves, pretty much took over the entire continent of Bolmir, and then at some point, a whole bunch of dwarves were exiled, and they became the hill dwarves. You don't really know about the origin of the Duergar. It's not something you've interacted with yet.
Okay.
As you step into the open cavern, I'm actually going to jump across to Christian's character. Because you have cast a drift globe, basically allowing daylight to flood this cavern, and Christian, your dark sight is rather decent, you would immediately see these people entering the cavern from your vantage point. Dream.
Foreigners.
From where you are standing, near the far side of this passageway, you've been aware of potential danger in this cavern for some time. And carefully biding your time, you've been sort of hanging back a little bit. This isn't an area you've been through before. You're still sort of trying to figure out exactly where you are in the Underdark at this stage. But this area, there are clear signs danger lurks here for the unwary. And right as you're sort of getting ready to, I would say probably take a few steps back, maybe observe a bit longer, you watch as a group of clearly surface dwellers just stride into the cavern, a drift globe hovering above their head, casting daylight that fills the room, this whole cavern, with bright golden light. The glowing mushrooms, which provide a very soft ambient glow brighter in response to this sudden flood of light. You watch as around the chamber, one by one, little patches of mushrooms begin to glow softly. The glow shrooms aren't dangerous per se, but any activity of glow shrooms is a clear sign to any predators that prey is foolishly wandering too close.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What would the three gnomes with this be? What would their insights be, considering they live down here?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to ask them, you absolutely can. That is a good question. But I'll stick with Dream for the moment, and we'll come back to you guys in a minute.
That's all.
So their distance from me with the daylight spell, they're obviously further than like 120 feet-ish, because I'm out of the light.
What I'll do, I'll tell you what, I'll move you here so you can see exactly where they are. There you go. Because you've had a chance to sort of move around here, so I'm going to move you around a little bit so you get the Explorer ability to see through this area.
Okay.
Just so you can sort of see a rough layout of the map where they are. You can see them just wandering into this cavern, foolishly, blindly wandering into an area that could be potentially very, very dangerous if your instincts are...
Probably just going to be keeping an eye on them in the worry that they might be mercenaries of some kind. Dream doesn't have too many people that he actually cares for down here, and he knows that the opposite is also much more the same. There are not many people down here that care for Dream. If anything, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
So he's just going to watch, see what they're doing. Once they get within range, what I'm wanting to try is a divine sense, just to see if any ping off any sort of like fiendish energy, evil nature alignments for any of them. And just see, if anything happens, and just bide my time for now.
Absolutely, playing it cautious. It's how you've stayed alive so long, and as long as you have, by keeping things careful and not rushing in blindly. Threign, as you turn towards the three deep gnomes on your back, you can see that Noose has actually fallen unconscious. Gook is currently keeping Noose in position. She's holding him steady against your furs. Gobbledy is looking around, confused. No, this was a bit different. We definitely came through here, I think. It seems a bit... That light's really bright. I can't really see properly, sorry.
Oh, well, Ember, you may as well do what the little gnome wants. So turn it down just a little bit, I guess. It's...
Yes, can you dim that at all? Maybe touch it down a couple of notches?
Oh, so this is the first time I've ever used this, so...
Yes, you can turn it on and turn it off.
Oh. Yeah, so... I can't, unfortunately, guys. I'm kind of stuck where I am.
Can I try using...
How hot is it?
Sorry, go ahead, Lyra.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure how possible this would be, but like using like mold earth, because I sort of like if there's sort of like clay sort of soil around, like could I try and make like a little lampshade? Put on the drift globe?
Absolutely.
Like a hooded lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
That's a great use of mold earth. I mean, the area around here is mostly stone, but there are sections where clearly there was slag from the excavations that has just been left there, and that's much more sort of broken down clay-like earth. 100% you can mold earth and make a little cover for it, and then balance it on the top. The only problem that you encounter, Lyra, is that if it's just like a square with one side missing, as you put it on, unless it's balanced absolutely perfectly, as soon as the weight distribution shifts, because it's a sphere, it just rotates, and then your little clay box just drops onto the ground.
Oh.
So, but I mean, if one of you's happy to sort of hold it and keep it steady, that problem solved.
Yeah, or the other choice is, like, if it's not too hot, we could just wrap some fabric around it and it'll dim the light.
That's a good idea.
Better, yeah.
Perfect. One of you takes a cloak or a piece of your costumes, a bit of your clothing, covers up the globe a little bit. It reduces the light probably by about, I'd say, 40%, because again, it's daylight, so it's pretty bright.
Yeah, it's pretty bright.
And these aren't blockout curtains; these are clothes. But it does reduce the light a little bit. And as you do drop the level of the light, you watch as Gobbly kind of squints a bit, blinks his eyes, and goes, "Oh, it's a bit better. Sorry, I'm still seeing spots. Yeah, this looks." Oh, no, I think we came through here. Yeah, I think this is right. We want to go across the cavern. There's a couple of pathways heading off to different sides. We should keep going northwest of here. Just keep on going.
Anything we should be wary about? Any dangers here that you spotted on the way out?
Oh, mate, there's so many dangers in the Underdark. I mean, has a bit of a look
Yes.
around. I can't hear or see any hook horrors. Got to look out for them. They're nasty. They disembowel you really quickly. Those things, they pounce on you from a distance. Maybe if you guys keep a bit of a watch out, I'll try and keep a watch out too.
Also, those mushrooms, the poison ones that you guys all ran into.
Oh, that was deeper. That wasn't here. That was over near the Dwergar excavation site.
Oh, sweet. Well, if we do seem to come across any, if you could maybe give us a yell, but.
Now, Dream is not smart. He is smart, but not wise. Could I do an insight check to see, to not metagame, if I think that maybe the Swift Nurbulant are in trouble from these people that are blinding them with a rock and like tossing their tiny bodies around?
Yeah, so because what you can see from this distance is them essentially riding on the shoulders of this large, very, very tall Viking-looking gentleman. Do you want to make an insight check?
That's fair.
Okay.
11. The Sverniblin don't seem to be in much distress. I mean, one of them looks to be unconscious from that distance, but it's hard to sort of see. Yeah. They don't seem to be too
is he being,
upset.
Like, dragged across the ground, carried
No, gently, like holding on to the. It looks like one of the other Sverniblin is keeping him upright. A female Sverniblin is keeping him upright on the shoulders of this giant. But as you look across and get a bit of a better look at the party, what I will get you guys to do is really quickly describe your characters as Dream would see them, starting with Harry.
Yeah, well, there's a little small-sized Harengon just like hopping around, just bouncing as he walks, a bit cheerful. He's wearing a quite fine-looking robe and clothing, and by his side he's got a rapier, and he's just a happy little bunny.
Just a happy
The heart
little
of
bunny.
gold.
Ember.
So you probably see about 7 foot tall Firbolg, so bluish skin, brown hair, wearing kind of plain-ish robes, maybe some singed bits here and there, but otherwise looks like you'd set a run-of-the-mill kind of druid.
A Firbolg's a race that would have been near the Shattered Isles much?
Yeah, so you would have encountered and seen Firbolgs maybe once or twice. Not very common down that far south near the Shattered Isles. There's only one circle there. that mainly lives on the coastline of the southern tip of Oshia, so a little bit north of the Shattered Isles. They mainly protect the reef that exists off the coastline there. But you would have certainly encountered a Firbolg maybe once or twice before, or seen them once or twice before, enough to recognize them when you see them.
Yep.
And to know what everyone kind of knows about Firbolgs: gentle protectors of the wild, fierce defenders when roused. Threign.
Yeah, cool. So so you see Threign. He's a 8'8.5" tall Goliath. So the Goliaths in this world are a little different.
Yes.
So there's a bit more of a flavor to them. So with Owen's like whole giant stuff, each Goliath is almost have like sub races to themselves. So mine follow in mine is in the vein of the Frost Giants. So when you see, it's probably hard to see from where you are because you're pretty far away, but Threign is covered in scars, very muscled up. He has a lot of like fur. He's a big fur cloak he wears, and there's other clothing that he sort of wears as well. He has an ornate sort of like magic rune sort of belt. He has white hair, a beard, and I guess like the main thing is you won't really be able to see it, but from where you are, but he has like this like frost sort of like sheen to his skin. Sort of hinting at his ancestry. I think that's a pretty good...
Yeah, and Dream, you might not have encountered Goliaths in flesh before, but you would, as part of your upbringing, you would have learned a little bit about them. Just that they exist and that they look like their giant ancestors. So you can have some that resemble the typical Goliaths in normal D&D, which is the stone-like skin, who have a stone giant ancestry, but they can range in appearance depending on their giant ancestry.
Okay.
Lyra.
So from what Dream can see is sort of a 5 foot tall Ranger chick with sort of very elven features that, give him the height a little bit unusual. Draped in sort of this ornate blue long cloak and carrying a quarterstaff that is fully sprouted with just every kind of mushroom that you can imagine.
Okay, and as an Eladrin, how does that work in this setting? Are you static with a season, or do you change with the seasons?
I tend to change on the long rest when I remember, but I'm very bad at remembering.
Yeah, so the way we kind of do it in lore is that the Eladrin change rapidly, like they can change moment to moment when they're children, and then when they come of age around about sort of like 80 or 90 years old, their form settles much more and they change much less frequently. But normally they'll have one form that they kind of settle on more often than not, and then in moments of stress or as like life changes, as they go through emotional times, they can change those and stay in that new form for some time before changing back again. Or if they go through a significant enough change, that then becomes their new kind of stable form. But yeah, they can still definitely change, yeah.
Is the reddish giving like a summer or a fall vibe?
I think we're in autumn, right?
I think so.
I think currently you're autumn.
Sure.
I think autumn was...
I'm pretty sure last time you used the... I think you were autumn last time. We had you do the Fey step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And finally, a very familiar sight to your eyes. You see a fellow Owlin.
Yeah, you see a fellow Owlin, probably a snowy owl sort of complexion, so grey, black, white mottle feathers. Probably not super tall, probably just over 6 foot. The triangular striking plumage on Niles's face probably gives him the impression that he's much taller than he actually is. But yeah, dressed in a very familiar garb, actually. Silk sort of clothing, very free flowing. I would say based on your character art, very similar in appearance. The only difference physicality is probably Niles. Niles is a lot more dexterous and lithe compared to say Threign, who is quite strong and muscular. Niles seems a lot more thin and lithe in his appearance. Quite agile on his feet, but at the moment probably looking a little nervous as he's entering this large cabin.
As the gym guy call it, a sleeper build.
A sleeper build, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly right.
100%.
I will add to that as well, Dream, something you know. The outfit that Niles wears is very reminiscent, shall we say, of a number of the monks from the nearby temples.
Is his clothing, one question I did have, I know that he himself, to avoid the metagaming, is very connected to the family that he works for. Is that a uniform of the family, or is that a clothing of his own design?
Actually, a little bit different. Niles, I believe yours was actually inspired by your monastic training.
Correct. Yeah. So the symbology of this on the cloak that Niles wears is very reminiscent of yin yang. So which holds back to that monastic tradition that he was trained up in. So he wears that as a homage to his I guess his monastery, but doesn't seem to wear anything that gives away his allegiance to the family.
I think actually you've made efforts to separate yourself from the Silverwind family. After your monastic training,
I mean, the way I see it is the monastic training was almost like a prerequisite as part of training to become become a little bit more influential in the family. It's something that the family kind of go through and once they come out of that, they get to different positions different positions of leadership, different positions of within the family. So this is something that the Silverwinds are known for. I guess the garb they wear is either garb of the Silverwinds, or they can choose to also wear garb of their monastic tradition, which Niles chooses to wear quite proudly.
Niles has definitely made some changes, though. This isn't the typical garb of the Mushi, the priests, and the other monks. This is much more a mix between the warrior's outfit and his own take on it. So it has the symbology of the heiress, but a lot of his own work.
Yeah, the heiress is in there.
It's missing a lot of the white and the orange of the homeland.
That's what
the Owlin makes me want to approach. The Goliath makes me want to stay away. So I'm
just keep watch. Absolutely.
Keep watching. Yeah.
Brilliant. I pass back over to the rest of the party. So the Sverniblin Gobbledy points towards the northwestern corner of the chamber. I think we came from that direction last time. I'm pretty certain it was that way. Yeah, I think it was that way.
Well, we should stay vigilant then and continue on down the cavern.
Off we go. I think as we walk over, Lyra's being vigilant specifically for mushrooms. She's just wants to see if there's anything cool.
Oh yes, but Lyra, please be careful. These mushrooms might be a little bit more volatile than the ones you're used to. Remember, Professor Krell did warn us.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they're so cool.
I know. They're really cool, but just be a little bit mindful.
Lyra, there's one just off to your left that's pulsing with a soft blue light at regular intervals. The luminosity changing across a diffusion gradient. Hey, this is incredible. This is mycology like you've never seen. Just as your subconscious chiming in.
I would like to slap Lyra's hand away as she reaches towards the mushroom.
Let's just look. My hands.
No.
Fine. I'm getting it on my way out, though.
Okay.
As the group of you begin proceeding into the cavern, can I have a rough marching order?
Good question.
I think Lyra's probably just very eager and is probably somewhere near the front, as ill-advised as that might be.
Rushing from location to location.
Normally it'd be at the very, very front, but because they have 3 passengers, I might be more like second or third, not taking the lead just because I'm taking their safety into account. Threign isn't... I mean, he's not the brightest, but he has his moments of clarity.
Fantastic.
Just one thing. Do I notice a glowing companion sitting on someone's shoulder? Is that visible?
Yeah, flicker. Yeah, I think, Ember, you always have flicker out, do you not?
Look, it depends on how you're happy to have it done, because obviously I can only summon him a couple times a day, but I imagine that he's just very small sitting on my shoulder, and when I summon him, he can become
I mean, it's up to you because like you're clearly like the way you've designed this is around Pokemon. So if you wanted to have him in your gemstone at all times, yeah. So if you look at the character art, like he's Ember of the Collectibles. It's fucking Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
I did notice on the art that the ball in the front of his chest, and I was meant to ask and I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's a Pokeball.
No, it's not related to Pokemon at all. We're not stealing anything from anyone.
So if you want Charmander, Flicker to if you want Flicker to be in a Pokeball, that's absolutely fine. If you want to have Flicker riding on your shoulders, I'm also happy for you to do that. But Flicker is only usable when you summon him. Otherwise, he kind of just stays on your shoulder.
Definitely
like Pikachu.
Moltres, right?
Yeah,
He's meant to be a combination of the two, kind of, because he has to fly. So you'd probably see just a very small little like lizard flying creature on my my shoulder as well.
I was thinking it gives me sort of like Torchic vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the inspiration was Torchic, Charmander, and then what's that fossil Pokemon that's like an ancient Microraptor?
Aerodactyl?
I think it's like a 4th gen one.
I was saying Microraptor, right?
There's a few that we went through to try and find something. So
the one with the strong jaw or something like that. Yeah. I think
Always forget that one.
I can't remember the name either. That's sad. Sorry, guys. It's like
Yeah,
Archaeopteryx.
the one that has,
it's a play on Archaeopteryx, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it has like additional damage to like draw attacks. Is that right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're thinking of the bird-looking one.
There you go.
You're thinking of the
Archaeops.
birds. Oh, okay.
Archaeops was definitely the inspiration. Yeah, actually, it might be a bit too close to Archaeops. I might have to redo the art a little bit. That's so funny. I remembered Archaeops being a bit different in my mind, but actually Archaeops looks a lot like Flicker. Sorry,
this is pretty good. 99%.
Perfect. As you guys head deeper into the chamber, the walls of this vast open cavern are worn away. Eons of time passing, water slowly dripping on stone, eroding it to form this open cavern. And indeed, there's quite a lot of moisture in the air. As you walk in, you can actually feel the humidity begin to rise in this chamber. Small pools and puddles of water collect around your feet as you begin sort of moving through. The mushrooms clearly thriving in such a humid environment. As you proceed and get about halfway into the open part of the southwestern chamber, you can see off towards the north a wooden structure, what looks like a bridge spanning a small hollowed out section where a pool of water has formed. And just next to it is a wooden platform built into the stone. Anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher can hear a voice muttering from that point. Dream, you have also been keeping an eye on this figure. I just couldn't mention it earlier because it was a bit of a spoiler for the rest of the team. This figure has been seated up there for the past 30 minutes, muttering to themselves. They've been here since you entered the cavern. Clearly this is a Dero, some type of deep dwarf-like creature. This one looks like an old male dressed in ragged clothing. He looks mad.
I was about to say, do I have much general knowledge about Deros? Dream?
Do you want
Christian, the Forever DM, does.
Do you want to make me a nature or probably nature check is the most appropriate?
Am I allowed to roll with advantage because I've been here for a couple of years?
Yes, you've been down in the dark for a couple of weeks, so definitely.
Damn.
No, absolutely. But yeah, they resemble very dark grey skinned dwarves, very very similar in appearance to the Dwergar, but much more slight. They don't have that kind of big stocky build that the Dwergar have, the deep dwarves have. They also are a little bit taller than the a little bit shorter than the deep dwarves. So that's a nature check of 14.
14, yeah.
Do you want to roll? You can roll with advantage. Do you want to roll again?
Oh, I did.
Oh, I can only see the 14.
On D&D Beyond, if you right-click, you can choose to roll with advantage.
So it does the fantastic. We've been doing this. We've been doing this so differently. 14. As you examine the figure, you do know a little bit about Dero. Dero generally are considered quite dangerous. The Dwergar that you were, I'm going to say with at this point in time, were quite suspicious of the Dero, calling them vicious and brutal and mad. The Sverniblin that you've interacted with also were pretty similarly of that opinion, describing them as murderously insane for the most part. They
Can I
are.
quickly grab a rock and attempt to just clock the Owlin in the head or chest or something, just to grab his attention?
Fantastic. Do you want to make me? I'm going to say let's say an athletics check. Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
I'm a paladin.
I got a dex of 4. It's not that bad. 18.
Hey, 18.
Niles. A rock sails out of the darkness.
What? Can I use my monk ability to try and capture it?
Do you want to use your, is it the catch missiles?
Catch missiles.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course you can. It is a missile. You don't know it's coming, so what I'll get you to do to see if you're able to detect this, could you roll me a perception check? Yeah, because you don't know this is coming. I want a perception check.
That's true.
Actually, what's your passive perception? We probably should use your passive perception.
15.
15. I'm going to say 15 is just enough to at the last second. 16 would have been like immediately just turn around and grab it, know exactly where it's come from. 15 sort of just below. As the rock suddenly sails out of the darkness, this rush of air is all that alerts you, and it takes all of your concentration to suddenly turn and bat this rock away from colliding with your chest. Rather than catching it, you sort of bat it off to the side, and as it strikes the stone, this hollow, echoing noise rings out through the chamber.
I immediately look to the direction it came from, and with my 120 feet dark vision, do I see anything? Do I see where the rock came from, or what do I see?
Looking into the darkness, as you peer into the darkness, you can't really tell exactly where it came from. But as you do look around, and as you hear the rock sort of clatter on the ground, a voice calls out from the darkness to the north of where you are. Who's there? What's that? Creeping about in the darkness. Who's there? Show yourself.
Don't hoot.
You're pretty far away at this point. You're just so that I know, just for reference, how far away are you? 100 feet away. This voice is 50 feet away. 100 feet away. As you go, don't hoot.
Can Harry do a perception check for years to see if he's here?
100%.
You know who's not stealthy at all?
Yeah.
Threign.
A Goliath carrying 3 gnomes.
So what did Tim say?
You don't know that yet. That's protected knowledge. A voice called out, "Who's there creeping around in the dark?" Harry, 9. Man.
I rolled another 2 on the dice.
Nah, man. You do. It's this. The echoes are making it very hard to track. You're used to. Your hearing is very much specialized for. As a rabbit folk, I mean, evolution, hundreds of years, thousands of years of evolution have keyed your anatomy and biology into detecting threats from above and threats from around you. But this cave is fucking up your hearing something fierce. The echoes, it sounds like things are coming from all around. Your ears are twitching constantly, trying to keep a track of these noises. You're not used to it yet. You haven't acclimatized to the cave environment. Nice.
Is the voice coming that voice that was coming from the darkness? Is that an audible? Can we hear that?
Oh yeah, all of you hear this. Everyone hears this.
Okay.
Everyone in the chamber,
So
including Dream, hears a voice shout
Even
out.
though I know this is probably a bad idea.
I glance up around at the party, and I'm just like, keep your voices down.
I do not sulk in the shadows. I am Threign. Who are you?
Oh no.
I wouldn't.
You can call me
this.
Tim the Enchanter. For those of you who are getting the reference, this encounter was generated by a lovely member of the community, Brune Brassax, who spent his channel points on this last session. This is a community-generated encounter. You too can spend channel points on giving the players advantage, disadvantage, giving me advantage or disadvantage as the DM, and also summoning monsters and NPCs. This is an encounter created by one of the community. The voice calling out steps up, and as you look towards the north, you can see a small figure stepping out onto this stone platform, just in view for those of you who have dark vision, sort of leading up towards the light, and probably Ember with your daylight, with your drift globe around you. Even though you've dimmed the illumination somewhat, it does give you a bit of a view. A small, wizened figure, looking like a tiny, wrinkled old man, but very lithe. Wrapped in these ragged furs, white hair, a shock of white hair pointing straight up, and a very pointy white beard straight down, giving him this kind of hourglass appearance with his hair. Holding a long staff, looking around furtively, and as he catches sight, you watch as he sort of leans in and goes,
thought you were Dwergar. Where have
we
you
are not
lot
that.
wandered in from?
I do have a question for you, Tim. Were you the one that threw the rock at my friend here?
So rude asking if we throw rocks. We don't throw rocks, do we? I've never thrown a rock at anyone, except those children I stoned. No, I've never thrown a rock at anyone.
What was that? Oh my.
What a colourful character.
Come closer, let me get a look at you. Who are you lot? What are you doing in my special cave?
Oh, just passing through. On our way down to the depths.
Do you know anything about the poisonous mushrooms?
Yeah, I know a fair bit about poisonous mushrooms.
You know how to treat them?
No, I know how to make the poison worse though. Strengthen it, distill it, make it perfect.
Yes, but do you know how to make it not that?
Although if you could tell us how to do that too, that'd be pretty cool.
He just shrugs.
Come closer. Who's talking? Let me get a closer look at you.
Shut up. Don't go closer! Hoot hoot!
Out of the darkness, a voice calls out suddenly, surprisingly.
You actually do that?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Are you just gonna listen to some random voices? You're worse than Tim, I hear voices. Don't do what they say, or do what they say. Come closer, let me have a look at you.
I turn around to the rest of the party and I'm like, did we inhale some fumes on the way down? Am I going crazy?
Was anyone else did you hear the hoot hoot? Don't you do things like that, Niles? Did anyone else hear that? Tim, did you hear that?
I heard a voice trying to befuddle you. You shouldn't listen to it. They shouldn't listen. Well, they might listen, but they shouldn't listen.
Well, did you listen?
I heard it. I heard them all the voices talking at once.
Oh.
Okay, this guy's unhinged.
Oh, I see. Well, we're just gonna be on our way. We're gonna go to the end of the cave, and we'll be seeing you around, Tim. Enjoy
No, don't go that way. No, don't go that way. Come this way. Come, let me have a closer look at you.
Why do you want to do that?
With my history of the Underdark, can I just do a perception check just to make sure that these guys aren't sort of all distracted by the conversation while people sneak up behind them?
Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, definitely someone should do that. Yeah, 100%. That's a great call.
14.
14.
And similar as Niles, I've got 120 dark vision. Just
okay.
Dream.
Similar. Okay.
A stalactite, rising from the floor, has been slowly moving closer to the party. It's now only about 20 feet away.
Could I do a nature check to see
Absolutely,
if I know
100% a nature check.
if rocks can grow ropes?
It's a good question. I wonder if anyone knows if rocks can grow ropes. That's an 8. Nah, I mean, you've heard stories of all the monsters in the Underdark, but the problem is, right, a number of them are kind of blended together in your mind.
Look, I still notice the rock is moving.
Yes.
I think what is in my mind is that it's more Darrow just underneath cloth, pretending to be rock.
Could be an illusion, maybe. Maybe it's an illusion. You've seen the Dwergar are very good at illusion magic, as are the Drow.
I'm going to grab another rock and throw it at the stalactite that is slowly crawling.
Fantastic. Please do that. And I'm also going to, just so that I can keep track of what's happening, I will get everyone to also click on their tokens and then click on roll initiative in D&D Beyond, please. I just need to keep track of what's happening. I just need to know what's happening.
All right, give me a sec.
Oh!
Wow. Holy shit. Amazing.
With a +0, yeah. Boy.
I rolled another 2.
What is happening?
Dave, I might need to give you a have fun concept.
I mean, it's not so bad that they're not net ones, I guess. Sorry, Lyra.
3 Lyra. That's unfortunate. All right, so we've got Dream on 19. We've got where are we? Dream on 19.
Friends for the win.
Ember on 17. Threign on 13. Harry on 12. Lyra on 3, but Niles on 20. That is outstanding. Let me just quickly get these in.
It is very rare for Harry to be this low on the initiative count with that +10 to initiative.
I know.
That is
Yeah,
very
Let's
rare.
get those sorted properly.
Yes, and I was rolling 9 perceptions with a +7.
Yeah.
Holy crap, Tim the Enchanter.
Tim the Enchanter. Tim the Enchanter. Holy shit.
Hey.
What did he get? What did Tim get? Sorry, let me jump back into roll 20. Whoa, Tim got a 20. Holy shit. Sorry, I was still on the other page. I wasn't rolling other initiatives. You guys don't need to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Initiatives multiple?
The Rock definitely isn't joining.
There's nothing to be concerned about. Let me chuck on some battle music. I'm going to bring us across to the map so the audience can see the map as well.
Did we talk about where
what's
Tim...
the Rock's initiative?
You guys don't know. What are you
Did we
talking about?
talk
Why
about-
would a rock have initiative?
Did we talk about Tim the Enchanter's
That'd be
origin? Did we talk about that?
It's a so it's a
It's Monty Python, right?
It's a Monty Python.
Yes, that's a Monty Python reference. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
One of my favorite Monty Python references.
Incredible.
So this comes courtesy Brune Brassax, who has previously summoned some of my other favorites.
Get on with it.
I think was Brune also the one who summoned the drunk dwarves who were teleporting in and out.
I believe it was.
I think it was also Brune who
Yes.
summoned the dwarves. That was pretty fun as well. So
Very, very
I'm going to put on some more appropriate music, and we're going to jump into a series of turns. Now, let me just quickly pull open. So, Dream, you did an athletics check for the rock. That is a 15. Fantastic. The rock sails through the air and bounces off the outside of this stalactite. I am going to add it to the to the map so everyone can see it.
I think you were going to say initiative, and I thought you were thinking of piss. I loved it.
Oh no.
Nothing to worry about here, everybody.
That's a cute little stalagmite.
So,
Little eyes.
as
Cute little
the as the rock bounces off the edge of this stalactite, Dream, you watch as tentacles begin to unfurl from its body, and a mouth. At first, it looks like the top of the stalactite is splitting in half, but you watch as it folds back, teeth begin to emerge from the inside. Christian, you threw a roper at us during the live stage of D&D.
Yeah.
On the stage D&D. So I thought when Brune suggested, he asked what Underdark creatures might the team encounter, I responded with, ropers are in the Underdark.
Yeah, they're not fun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know if I'm safe where I am.
No.
Yeah, no,
I'm having fun.
So, Niles, you are first. Your dexterity is greater than that of Tim's. As the rock bounces off the stalactite and clatters to the ground, the noise does draw your attention. And as you turn just a little bit to your left from where you're standing, you see this monstrous form suddenly rise up from the ground.
Yeah. You see Niles's eyes. Niles's eyes are already pretty big. I mean, he is an owl after all. They get bigger, and he just lets out a hoot.
Two of you is going to be too much.
Tim, we'll put a timeout on this conversation. I've got a big old stalactite that wants to tussle. Niles is gonna punch the stalactite, I guess. Yeah. Well, he's not gonna punch it. He's actually gonna use his spear. He does have a spear at the moment, so he's gonna use his spear to, I don't know, jab it in the mouth.
Good luck.
Yeah, we'll see. It's probably not
So
gonna work.
move on up 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get there easily with your movement speed.
Absolutely, yeah. It gets into the range there, and he will strike with his spear.
Fantastic.
Hopefully, it is very slow today.
As he starts running towards it, Dream's just going to shout out, "No, no, 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 no!"
I would say, Dream, as the roper emerges, you do suddenly realize, you'd heard stories of these. These are not good.
No.
Oh no. Well, let me just roll.
Welcome to the Underdark, bitches. Niles, roll some attacks.
That's a 20.
20 is going to hit. Are you manually rolling like a chump?
Yeah, my D&D Beyond is running really slow for some reason.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not good. Give me a sec.
Do you want me to roll damage for you? I can do it from here.
Yes, please.
So you're doing the one-handed?
I'm using the spear.
Perfect. So 1d6 plus 5. That is 11 points. I rolled a 6. You are welcome.
Oh, wow, thank you.
You are so welcome. 6 points. Sorry, 11 points of damage because it's 6 plus 5.
Oh, Harry, you're above the roper in initiative.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
As you stab into this creature, Niles, the outside skin looks like stone and rock, and there's a moment where you think, is this going to pierce through its tough hide? So you wait just a second, and as it opens its mouth again, lets out this... You just stab forwards, and as you pierce into the soft flesh inside the mouth and pull back, this spurt of dark purple Icarus blood sprays out and scatters across the stones.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to do it again. So let's see how I go.
That's a natural 20.
Oh!
Oh man,
man.
You guys are doing a lot better against the roper than I did when I was. I ran away into a spaceship and activated a cannon. I was so scared I didn't want to touch that thing.
Wow!
Like,
Nas has no idea. He's just like sees an enemy and he's like, I guess I'll stab it with my spear. Please roll me some damage. And as we do the better criticals, it means it's going to be. Do a normal dice roll, add your bonus, and then we add a full dice roll on top of it, so the full value achievable on the dice. Yeah,
I figure it's a good chance to reiterate any homebrew rules we use. So 7 plus another 6 for the d6 is 13 points of damage. That is not bad.
And I will use a key point to flurry of bows and hopefully get some more.
Just essentially one-handed spear, letting go, and just putting the spear and just punching and kicking, just keeping that spear out of harm's way at the moment. Brilliant.
Yep.
27 will hit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is some nice rolls. All of Dave's good rolls have gone to
I've got the dice gods on my side tonight.
One team, one dream. One team, one dream.
I sacrificed a d20 on the altar, so now I am empowered once again. 25, that's going to hit too. Holy shit. It's incredible.
Let's go in.
6 bludgeoning damage. That's amazing.
Wow.
Look at you go.
I'm really in the back of my mind, Niles is like, oh, I hope I'm doing good, and I hope Threign is watching. Our sparring has paid off.
If you do look at Threign's 100% already smiling,
Yes. Alrighty. Niles, I believe that is your action, bonus action, and movement. Anything else you'd like to do? I think you're all done.
No, I'm good.
Good work, little birds. Very nice.
Tim the Enchanter looks out and goes,
Oh, that's no good. No good at all. No.
and he's going to move across onto the platform and looks like he's kind of muttering to himself, looking very, very distracted, very, very upset and cross. Actually, I would say almost looking almost a bit scared a little bit. That is Tim's go. Dream. What would you like to do?
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
As you rush out into the open view, I'm going to pull open your character art and get you to describe how you appear.
Okay, so rushing amongst the mushrooms and beside some of the crystals as they give a bit of a different green and purple tinged aura, as just like some of the other fireflies glowing when Dream starts to get close to them, all these flora and fauna of the Underdark. Dream is a tall owlin, around 6'4", and that's under feathers, the feathers adding probably a couple of extra on top of that. Stark white feathers that are covered, however, in a very grey-black soot, dirt across them. Clothing underneath it as well that is fairly torn apart and disheveled, but looks like it once used to possibly be monkish robes. Half a chest pauldron that covers ever so slightly a front area of reminiscences of armor that he once had, and a large greatsword that is more in design like that of a double-handed katana, following again just this whole monastic tradition and East European, Chinese, Asian-esque style.
Would you say it's like an odachi? Like that sort of really long, yeah.
Yeah. Despite, obviously, the sword, he is currently unarmored. The sword and the clothing is all of the equipment that he has, other than a small sack on his waist. My inventory has 3 items in it. Other than the robes, a water skin, the greatsword is the only item as Dream's going to start sprinting out. And sort of just silent is going to start sprinting towards the Darrow as he sees the Darrow starts sort of putting his hands down, muttering something sadly. And it's just going to take the dash action, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, across this bridge that he can see.
Yeah.
And when he sees everyone else, is just going to clock Niles as Niles is fighting, clock the Goliath again, and still is unsure about this group, but doesn't want them to get eaten alive. So he's just going to sprint over there, and it's just silent at the moment still. And that's my turn.
As you run onto the bridge, Dream, something clearly has been done to this structure. I'm going to get you to make me a dexterity saving throw as you go to sprint across it. It looks like the bridge has potentially been trapped. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
that's a 4.
Uh-oh.
As you rush across the bridge, Dream, the wooden beams that you're striding across just cave out from underneath you, and the speed, I'd probably say even like you described sort of looking back and clocking Niles and Threign, that moment of distraction is just enough. And as you plunge forwards through, you throw your hands up to grab onto the edge of the bridge, but it's just not quick enough, and you plunge through into the icy water underneath. Well, you thought it was water at first. The outside of your skin begins to tingle and burn a little bit as the water begins to eat away at you. It doesn't seem to have done any damage yet, though.
What?
It's not a gelatinous pool. I will just say that because I can see the look of fear.
I'm thinking weird-shaped gelatinous cube.
It's not a weird-shaped gelatinous cube. It's not a weird.
We've introduced this new character, and he's gonna get killed by an apple.
No. I swear, it's not. I'm not that DM. You guys know me better than that.
I know.
In a fight or flight situation, Dream's going to choose fight. And for the end of his turn, he's simply going to start concentrating as he starts getting ready to just grab the greatsword with one of his hands. If whatever around him is dangerous, or even if it's not, to then rush out towards Tim as he might be running out of time. Like moments like this, every second counts, and he's going to start casting Thunderous Smite. So concentrating on that until he makes an attack that hits.
Brilliant. Yeah, it seems like the water itself is slightly caustic. Maybe hundreds of years of limestone leaching into this water have turned it into quicklime. Not like industrial quicklime, because that eats metal, but like a mild, natural occurring quicklime. Ember, it is your turn.
Oh, so nice and dark. I've seen Niles rush in to attack the big rock thing.
Let me update your lighting. So you have the drift globe, which is emitting light up to, because if you just pull off the outer section, it'll suddenly start emitting light 60 feet away from you. So how about I do this? How's that?
Awesome. Yeah, because I think as soon as I start seeing, a booby-trapped bridge, someone falling into that, Niles starting to attack, I'd be ripping off whatever that cloth is, let the room light up, even if it's uncomfortable for other people. But yep, and I'd tell Flicko, go get in there. So I get him to appear right next to the stalactite, and he has to make a DC saving throw.
And it is a dex saving throw, I believe, for Flicko?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Dex. That is a good stat to target on a roper, a creature that is a stalactite with tentacles.
Yeah.
That is going to be I'm guessing a 3 doesn't pass.
No, it does not. So he is taking, what's that?
11 points of
11
damage. Nice. That's maximum damage.
Nice. I would like to add that Ember has essentially cast HM Flash in rock tunnels.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still waiting to learn cut, surf, or eventually.
You'll be able to access.
Very Pokemon-esque, rather than please help. It's just go on.
Come on.
There's another person staring at me. They want to fight, obviously.
They've made eye contact. Flicker, I choose you. They've only got one eye, but it's still technically eye contact. So let's do this.
Checks out.
And then doing that, I'd get him to also come back 15 feet back towards me, so he'd do his teleportation back as my bonus action.
Yep.
So again, another dexterity saving throw.
Wildfire Druids, man. Absolutely batshit crazy. That's a 14. Does that pass or fail?
That is, I believe it is a pass. I think it is a 14.
Yeah.
So,
Is
yeah.
he taking Niles with him?
Well, at this stage, I mean...
No, fuck him. That's what I'm hearing.
The way that it works is that it's a creature that is willing to. So would you want to be standing next to this creature still?
You guys can shout out quick, like, I'm gonna pull you away. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Niles is probably happy to just back off for now.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, he will only go with the.
I only mentioned that because I was like, when you first ran up shouting, no!
Yeah.
Niles is like, why is that owl so? He's got his feathers in a fluff, doesn't he?
Falling down the bridge.
He's hooting and tooting all over the place. Where's he gone?
Man, you were shouting no, like preemptively, knowing that you would fall into the chasm.
Yeah. Ember, I believe that is your turn, unless you wanted to move.
Yeah, I might just move a couple feet. Like
Brave Sir Ember ran away.
Yeah, just off to the side, like maybe 10 feet.
Or as you get to there, some battle music starts and a Geodude pops out. It wasn't a rock, it was a Geodude.
You're going to be in this cave for the next 10 hours as Geodudes just keep popping up every second.
Another Zubat!
Oh, the Zubats.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Threign. Here's your turn.
So I'm staring at the rope. A giant smile has crossed Threign's face.
Oh yeah.
He okay, little ones, it's time to jump off. So with that, if the
gnomes climb down, the one who's unconscious just drops.
Perfect. I almost have like this massive grin across my face. I run forwards. Past Flicker, past Niles.
Yeah, just give Flicker a little pat on the head as you rush past.
And then as I'm running past Niles and Flicker, there's almost like this gathering blizzard starts forming around me, and then I start growing in size as I rage with my bonus action.
Fantastic. As you take on the form of a large creature, your clothing magically shifting and changing to move with you as you almost grow to the size of an actual giant, stomping through the cavern towards the roper. Would you like to make some attacks?
Yes, I will. Bring it on. I haven't fought a rock before. This should be fun. And perfect. All right, so I'm going to do a great axe attack, and because I am a barbarian, I'm going to reckless attack.
Brilliant.
So let's do this with advantage.
Roll with advantage.
So 22 to hit.
22 will hit. 9 slashing. Damage.
What I'm going to do is, as well, on that one, I'm going to do a Frost Strike. So once per turn, when you hit a creature with a target with a weapon attack or range weapon attack, I can imbue the attack. So it'll be the Frost Strike. So it'll take an additional 1d6.
Mm-hmm. Of cold damage, and
then do a Constitution saving throw. And if it doesn't pass, then no speed for it.
That is a Constitution of 19.
All right, so that's fine. That's no issues. But the frost damage still goes through.
Yep.
I think the Constitution saving throw is only to see if its speed is reduced to 0 or not.
That's correct. Very, very Kratos as you slam the Leviathan axe into the roper's side and sort of channeling the ice through it. Frost spreads out from that point and almost covers the wound in ice, the blood freezing into these jagged shards. The edge
also
of the wound.
forgot to add 2+ melee damage as well for the rage. And I'm going to attack again because we're level 5.
What?
So again, recklessly attacking, 26 to hit. 15 slashing damage.
15 slashing damage. Brilliant. I will mark that off. Perfect. And is that... that is plus your rage. Brilliant. Anything else on your turn, Threign?
I'm just having a quick read. No, that's all good. It's my bonus action, main action done, so it is my turn done.
Perfect. Harry, it is your turn, my friend.
Easy. Would I have...
is it too easy? I'll add 2 more ropers. Hang on, let me just...
Done. Actually, can Harry look around to see if there is another roper?
100%. Do you want to make me a perception check?
Yes. This is a free action?
I'd say that just like taking a moment to pause and look around, you can use as a bonus action.
Real life rogue.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Natural
Now we have
20.
nat 20.
Holy shit! Made up for all
Go
this.
ahead.
Fuck you, Owen.
Yeah.
Give him a free roll, now we have to pay.
It wasn't a free roll. He could use his bonus
This is
action.
classic rabbits. This is classic rabbit. When the fight or flight is happening, the adrenaline's pumping, and they are just wired.
Harry, as you look around the cave nearby, you see no evidence of any other animate stalactites. However, because it is a nat 20, and I do believe in crit passing and crit failing on skill checks and ability saves, shoot me. Even though the roper specifically has a thing that says it is indistinguishable from a normal cave function, your bunny-like instincts, your prey animal instincts, up towards the northwest, you swear you're getting a bad vibe from up there. Something seems to have moved from that direction. Can't see the source of it now, but there's a lot of stalactites around there.
Okay.
One of them could be...
Yeah, some sort of thing, maybe, or just trick of
Maybe.
the eye. Who knows? Would I have heard the bridge break?
Yeah, you would have heard, with a natural 20 on your perception, you even hear the sounds of Dream splashing in the water, and then the sound of the sword unsheathing as well.
Okay, well, Harry will use his...
Can I add
30
one more
feet
thing
of
to your
movement?
natural 20 perception?
Yeah,
you
I would
also
love to
you
use
also
that.
hear Tim the Enchanter as well.
Why only one? No. The second one's got to get him at the same time. Tear them between the middle. Fresh meat.
Is what you hear.
Oof, okay. Hey guys, I think there is another one of those things over this direction. So like be careful. Okay, so Harry wants to help the person who tried to help them because he has a heart of gold. So he's gonna
That he stole.
30 feet, bonus action dash another 30 feet to here.
Amazing.
You alright there, mate?
No! It feels really, really gross.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Yes.
Yeah, Harry, with your natural 20, the water has a slight green tinge to it. Why this owl is going for a swim right now in this clearly fetid water? It's a weird decision.
How deep is it?
Pretty deep. Where the Owlin has fallen in at the edge of the pool is a bit shallower, only looks about sort of 10 feet deep. But right underneath the very center of the bridge and over towards the deeper pool section to the left, you can't even see the bottom, even with a natural 20.
From where I am, would tying a rope somewhere and throwing it to him be helpful to him, or is it just easy for him to jump up the other side?
I mean, it's a bit of a sheer edge, probably about 8 feet up to get to the top there. But I mean, if you were to get halfway onto the bridge and tie a rope and then have that sort of dangling over the edge, I mean, that would definitely be helpful to either get up on this side or on the other side of the rift in the bridge.
Would that... I've done my movement, my bonus action. To move some more, I can use my action to dash.
Well,
but then would you let me tie the rope?
Your incredible perception check was a bonus action, so I'd say at this point you've used your action to dash.
Okay. Can I tie a rope and throw it from here? Or is that end of my action?
Probably not from here. I think you might have run out of puff.
Okay. I will sit here like a good rabbit and keep
In
an eye on these
6
rocks that are
seconds,
moving.
in 6 seconds, you ran 60 feet and like had a good enough look that you could see the entire contents of the cavern. That's not bad for 6 seconds.
Yep.
Ultra instinct moment.
Ultra
Pretty
instinct
good.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry is watching over here.
Yeah, just as well, Harry, because sure enough, hidden amongst the crystals is indeed another roper. Emerging suddenly, tentacles lash out. I'm going to go for the one down near the south with Threign, Niles, Lyra, and Ember first. Here's what happens. Tendrils suddenly shoot out from the center of this creature, flying out to try and grapple all 4 of you.
Oh.
It has 4 attacks with its tendrils.
No.
Thank you, Brune Brassax. That is a 17 for Niles.
That's gonna. I think that's gonna hit.
That's a natural 20 for Threign. I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
14 for Lyra, but Ember, that's a 9.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Lyra's in the clear too.
Lyra's in the
I do
clear
have one
too.
question.
Yeah.
Does size factor into this at all?
Not for the tendril, but it no, doesn't factor into any of these, unfortunately, because it is a large creature.
Issue.
Sorry.
No, that's all, G.
So all of you who got hit, so that's Niles and Threign, both of you are grappled and you are restrained, giving you disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Oh dear.
And attack rolls, right?
Just says strength checks and saving throws. But while you're grappled, you also have... while you're restrained, you have disadvantage on attack rolls. So yeah, part of the restrained gives you that as well. But in addition to the... in addition to that, because that's not quite enough, the roper also gives you disadvantage on strength and strength saving throws. Just because, hey. Next up, the roper reels the two of you in. It is easy enough. Threign is already there. Niles, you are pulled directly past Threign, right up to the roper. The roper is then going to proceed to make one bite.
Oh no!
Christian, you're new and people don't hate you yet. Could you please roll me a d4? If it's odds, it's Niles. If it's even, it's Threign. And this way, it's your fault, not my fault. The roper does
It
this.
is even.
Evens is Threign.
That's cool.
The roper then tries to bite you. Does a 19 hit.
Yep.
That is going to be... Oh, fuck me. I am so sorry. That is 26 points of damage. I'm so sorry.
So let's reduce that by 13.
Yes.
Is some of it? Is it all piercing?
It's all piercing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a Stone's Endurance.
Nice.
So I only take 1 damage.
This is what you're for.
Wow, that's it.
Because
As
I
the
reduced
roper,
it, so
as
it
the
goes
roper
to
bites
13.
into you,
Yeah,
the ice that coats your body suddenly hardens around you, forming this almost like frost shield that shatters under the roper's bite, but does prevent you taking this attack.
You think you brought me in, but I'm already here. You didn't have to do this. I want to go. Let's go, Rockman. I don't care.
I don't want to go.
The roper goes right in your face. Harry, that is an 11 to hit you. That is a miss. Dream, you are not visible to the roper from its current position, and as you have fallen through the bridge, the roper cannot see you from where it is. I just checked
for the win.
That's worked out quite well. Harry, that's an 11. I don't think that hits you, does it?
Nope, it does not.
Second roper, absolutely done goofs. But I've got some really good news. Because the roper can still go for any creatures it hasn't already targeted that are within 50 feet. And thank goodness, Lyra, you are within 45 feet of the roper. So it is also going to have...
Ember within 50 as well? Ember is also within 50.
Ember's not within 50 of the second one. No way.
Tim the Enchanter, I think, is in 50.
No, sorry.
55.
Not Ember, the
Flicker.
Ember.
Oh, Flicker is too. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah.
Flicker should also...
How far is... Oh,
Tim the
65.
Enchanter. Yeah, Tim the Enchanter's just out of range at the moment. Ember... No, sorry, Lyra, that's a 10 to hit you. I cannot hit Lyra. Oh, Flicker, that's a 21. Flicker is pulled 25 feet towards the roper.
So that's a grappling move, yeah?
Yeah.
So if he's got... His condition immunities is against grappling. So is he actually...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If he's
It just
immune to
rolls
being
through
grappled, it
his-
just goes through
he's-
him. Yeah.
He's incorporeal, like
He's
a
made of
spiritual
fire.
weapon.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank God. I did not want to kill another pet of the party. Fucking hell. I got
Does
enough
Flicker like use double team agility?
Yes.
Where it's like,
Yeah. Yes. Flicker
and the
uses
vine
double
whip
team.
just goes through one of them, right?
Yeah. That's amazing. As the rope as this massive tentacle tries to grab Flicker, it just goes straight through Flicker, and unfortunately also misses Lyra. Lyra, it is your turn.
Unfortunately.
Oh, this
So-
record will be 5, 10.
I think just seeing the sheer volume of damage that it would have done to Threign, she is just calling
Threign looks
on...
fine. Threign's got a tiny cut on his arm. I mean, a paper cut would be just as bad.
Big ass teeth, man.
He's just got a paper cut. Threign's laughing. Threign's challenging this thing. He looks happy.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Its mouth is only about the size of your body, Lyra.
Yeah. Actually, you would exactly fit between its teeth.
I will say this, for Lyra's point of reference, though, Threign is always laughing and having fun in whatever combat he's in, no matter how damaged he's gotten. So that's not a very good indicator.
No.
It doesn't look like fun.
Doesn't
So she's calling on the spores of the mushrooms that are around her, and she's summoning her mushroomy symbiote, bringing back old Swampy.
Okay, as you summon your mushroom symbiote in the humid, damp environment of the Underdark, describe how Swampy normally looks, and then I'm going to change some things.
Normally, he's looking just like your typical swamp monster. So like green, oozy, big and tall, stands over like hollow black eyes and mouth. Maybe like with a bit of like a weird cartoonish sort of two front teeth, but other than that, just very ropey.
You see every week
monster.
Yeah. I kind of, in my mind this whole time, I've kind of been picturing from Laputa Castle in the Sky, the robots that are overgrown with moss and lichen. I was kind of picturing that a little bit. But the two front teeth have kind of smashed that mental image completely now. Swampy is bioluminescent, Lyra. The dark green is even darker, taking on this slight purplish appearance, and there are streaks of bioluminescent light throughout his body. And as the eyes turn towards you, no longer hollow pits, they glow with a soft, sort of like a blue-green verdigris glow.
Hell yeah. And then I think with my bonus action, I'm going to just shillelagh up and sort of, stand there ready to swing for the fences.
You're going to melee druid this. Okay. Sure. Let's do it. Any movement?
Pulled in closer. I think just trying to get the fuck away from the other one. Like, she wanted to go help Harry and the mysterious bird that got pulled into the lake, but she is scared shitless of these two ropers. So
fair enough.
She is going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, just as far away from the other one as she can.
From the distance, Lyra, as you begin to sprint out of there, you hear the sound of coconuts and Tim the Enchanter singing, "Brave Sir Lyra ran away, brave Lyra ran away," just in the corner.
You run away and you live!
That's not a guarantee.
Anything else in your turn, Lyra? No. Back up to the top, Niles. Woo. Oh man, this rope has got you in its clutches. You are grappled, your speed is 0, and you are currently restrained, which gives you a speed of 0, which you already have. Attack rolls have disadvantage. The attack rolls you make have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex or strength saving throws. If you want to escape the grapple, it is going to be an action to try and escape the grapple.
Niles is not having a good
Or
side.
you could try and attack the tentacle that's holding you.
Yeah. First of all, Niles is going to, as he flails around helplessly in the clutches of this tentacle, he's going to use a bonus action to try and synchronize with the movements of this creature and try and ready himself for any potential damage that he might take. So he's going to use his synchronize ability with the Way of the Sympathy Monk. And then he, with that in the back of his mind, hopefully going to resist some damage if he takes it, he's going to use his action to start punching the tentacle to try and get it to release him.
Yeah, absolutely. So Niles, so that you know, Christian is playing a homebrew monk class called the Way of Sympathy that I have been developing with Matt. It's very much based on this idea of like aligning your ki to your opponents and kind of shifting your ki flow within yourself. So one of the abilities is to align yourself to the creature's initiative to either change your initiative to match its or change its initiative to match you.
If you bring that roper to a 20 initiative, I will run out of this gelatinous cube and slap you.
Gelatinous puddle, please. But this one that he's using, which is Synchronize, gives you resistance to the next attack of the creature.
Okay.
which is very, very handy. Spending a key point gives you resistance. Sorry, when I should say it gives you resistance to its attacks until the start of your next turn. So you get a round of resistance to this one creature that you align yourself to and synchronize with.
Yep.
Very nice. Anything else on your turn?
Am I attacking with disadvantage?
You are, unfortunately, while you are currently grappled by these danger noodles. I believe that's the professional term.
So that's a 16 or a 19.
16 is not enough, sorry. As you try to strike out, the rope just tightens around you.
I'll do it again with a second attack.
Ooh!
23 and 20. The 20 hits. Yes. That is going to be 6 bludgeoning damage. Holy shit. Nicely done.
Ha. Nice.
Anything else on your turn?
Rubber banding on the rope arm.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of love the idea as the roper lifts you up to get a closer look at you, you just go, ha! And just jab it in the eye.
Yeah. He probably does see the eye actually as a potential weak spot, but he's trying to focus on the tentacle first and foremost.
Fantastic.
That's all Niles can do. He's still at the mercy of this creature, I guess.
Brilliant.
But yeah, he'll hang around.
Tim the Enchanter. Tim the Enchanter, watching you plunge into the drink dream, rushes over and goes,
"Oh, fallen in the water. Oh, does he need help? Probably needs our help. Should we help him? Oh, maybe. Should we help you?"
He calls out to your dream. You may respond as a free action.
Does my passive insight of a 9 help me in this moment?
The previous comments stand. This Darrow is insane. More so than you'd been led to believe. When you'd spoken to the Sverniblin and when you'd heard from the Dwergar, you hadn't really envisioned this level of insanity. It seems like this is a special case.
No, I'm okay. I meant to do this. Thank you.
It doesn't want our help. What about the rabbit?
He calls out to you, Harry. You're muted, Dave.
You're muted, Dave.
Classic Dave.
Classic.
What about the rabbit?
Do you want help, rabbit?
No,
All right, wants help. It's such an innocent little woodland creature lost in the depths. It wants help, doesn't it? It wants help.
Calls out to you, Harry.
No, I like being by myself, so no, it's all good.
Fine, then we'll help the roper.
He points a finger at the roper, and you watch as a beam of magical energy shoots out of his hand, 60 feet long, and smashes into the roper. Unfortunately, Harry, because this is a beam from here, you are within the range for this. Could you please make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I see it. No help.
Sorry, you just happen to be in the way.
Wait a second. I can add my reaction.
Yes.
To increase that by a D4, I believe.
This is a Harengon special trait, I believe, from memory.
Hair trigger or something?
Hair trigger. That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hair trigger adds to my initiative. Lucky footwork. Let's add a D4. That's it. I will add a D4. Oops, sorry. That's not the roll button. I rolled it. Oh, okay. I just got. Oh, yeah.
You rolled a lot of 4s. Yeah. I'm pleased. Oh my god. Hang on. Can we? You got 4.
Does it automatically just give a 4?
You got 3 4s in a row. Surely not.
16.
That's some lucky footwork.
Oh, it's very lucky footwork. Can you try that again? That's not.
I think it just gives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It just gives a 4.
It just gives a 4 every time, mate. That's a 1.
No, it is. There's a 1.
Did you click on the? Oh shit.
Oh,
it does give other. It does give other answers.
Did we just roll that many 4s?
What? Watching the stream, it's onto us.
Wow.
Thank God that Dave did that because
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s in a row on a D4. I've never seen that. I know people.
3 2s before, Dave, and now you had 4 4s.
Yeah. Consistency. You're building up. When you get up to 20s and you get 4 20s in a row, you're going to be laughing.
So that means you had an 18.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if we add all them together, yeah. So 14 plus a 1 is a 15.
No. Wait.
No, he's first roll. I mean, he has an 18.
Oh, I'll take the 4. Yeah, we'll take the 4 because it is the joke. Apologies.
I rolled 4 4s.
18. Harry,
the lowest one.
Harry, I don't want to make you sad, but the DC was 12. But I'm really pleased that you got that high roll. You passed anyway.
was a reaction. It was a reaction.
As this beam of energy shoots out from Tim, you were kind of clued in that Tim was not potentially trustworthy asking for help, and so you were kind of watching him already, and as this beam of light shoots out from him, you dodge and duck underneath it. As it strikes into the roper, who does fail his dex save. That is going to be 27 points of chromatic damage, which is radiant. There we go. As it smashes into the roper, it screams, and Tim goes, "Oh, it's too bright!" as he looks down at the beam of light. That is Tim's go.
Beam.
Dream.
Yeah, I was going to say Tim's the one that shouts that it's too bright.
Yeah. Tim's a few marbles short of a set. Tim's a few units short of a Warhammer 40k game. He's not quite ready to play. Dream, I pass over to you. It's your turn.
Does anything happen on the start of my turn?
Not on the start of your turn.
What's going on?
Not on the start of your turn.
Okay, well, if everything's fine, I'm just gonna move to there.
Brilliant. As you climb on out, it takes half your movement to clamber up the edge of the ruined bridge, but you get to the edge of it feeling pretty safe.
Okay. I don't though, but we'll stick with what you're saying.
You don't feel safe there, as your subconscious whispers to you like, no, there's no safe place here. There is no place to be safe. There's nothing.
As I run along the edges of this water that definitely is fine, I'm going to pull myself out as seeing that Tim is distracted, sort of covering his eyes and having shot a beam off towards Harry. I'm just going to shout out towards Harry, "Careful behind you!" So that he can keep an eye on the roper. And then with sword fully extended now, I would like to make a attack against Tim.
But Tim's helping.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not helping by helping the roper.
Would you like to make some attacks, please, Dream?
Just ignore it. Fair enough.
He's helping. He's not helping. He's helping. He's helping. He's not helping.
Not helping.
Define helping, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't quite believe it. So the first one is going to come in for a natural 20.
Holy shit! Natural 20 on the first weapon attack.
Okay, and as a paladin, I would like to use my combo, please.
So you still Thunderous Smite as well.
You're going to Divine Smite on a crit?
On a crit?
What? No way.
Yeah. I had Thunderous Smite ready. I'm going to consume a second level spell slot, and I'm going to use my Stone Giant Strike, Stone Strike, to add onto that as well. So it is going to be plus 6. Plus 12, 18. So 18 plus another 6.
Oh my god.
What's that? 24 plus another 6, 30 plus 3d8. What's 3d8 in total?
24.
24, 30 plus 24, 54 damage.
Yep.
Plus whatever I roll.
Yeah.
We do play with the improved crits.
Yeah, because he's critting on everything.
Everything, yeah.
Divine Smite.
And he has a lot of hit die going in there, so...
Wow.
This is going to be... It's going to be
54 bad. Plus this, plus 2, so this plus 56.
This is going to be pretty brutal for Tim the Enchanter. 34.
56, 86, 90 points of damage in total.
You behead Tim the Enchanter.
Wow!
How do you want to do this?
So the Stone Giant and the Thunderous Smite would require a saving throw if he was still alive, otherwise push him back each of them 10 feet. Rather than pushing him back what would have been 20 feet, I'm just going to Sayatama slam him with the blunt end of my blade rather than decapitating him, and his body is just going to fly as far as it can in a straight line before it hits the cavern wall.
With that much damage, Tim goes to throw up a magical shield as his reaction. It is not enough. Your sword comes down like the wrath of the gods itself, the hilt slamming through the shield, shattering the magic. There's a moment of panic, and you hear, "Oh!" as the sword then collides with him, sending him flying backwards. As he smashes into the wall, you hear something crack deep within, and as his spine kind of splinters back, his head sort of lolling back, eyes wide, he looks and goes, "Oh!" and slumps down to the ground, unmoving.
Oh, jeez.
I'm glad this guy's on our side.
Wow, that was really impressive.
Dream's just going to sort of whisper to himself, there must always be a losing side. And then turn back towards the two ropers now that this psycho Darrow that definitely was doing something. He's just been here for 2 hours, and I also probably heard the mumbling of like there's two of them, why aren't the two of them attacking? He then just strikes his own companion if the roper is his companion. Dream still feels bad, but it was a necessary evil.
I will add one more thing you see, Dream, as his body smashes into the wall. It knocks over one of the barrels. Piles of bloodied clothing fall out onto the floor.
Yeah, Dream's not a good paladin. Dream isn't a good paladin. He is a neutral paladin. My oath is not towards protecting people. It's something else. Yeah, crush him, and that is going to be my action. Divine Smite and the Stone Giants are both just on hit, so I still have a bonus action.
You still have a bonus action if you'd like to use it.
I'm going to use it. You still have an attack as well, because you get extra attack for a Pally.
I'm going to
be against you there, unless you want to attack the barrel.
Thinking
barrel.
It's a mimic.
To Satine, and I know this is a definitely very like incel-y, but seeing a female for the first time in a long time, seeing Lyra, I'm just going to use my channel divinity as a sort of images flicker of this female Owlin and us dancing together. For harness divine power, I'm going to give myself a spell slot back of level 2.
Fantastic. Ember, it is your turn.
I've just seen a giant beam of light be shot at the groper that just misses Harry, and a guy.
I like it. You called it the groper. That's good.
Oh, whatever it is. Yeah.
No, it's now canonically the groper.
It tried to grope everyone.
It's groping me at the moment, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gentle caress.
So,
first thing I'm going to do is yell out to Flicker, get them out. So he's going to run, over, under Threign, whatever way it works, jump in between him and Niles.
Yeah.
He's going to turn to the groper, and he's going to imitate kind of what he did when he was attacking Threign. Flick both of his hands up like he's, I don't know, trying to intimidate, and then
he's using intimidate.
Yeah, he's like, and then
he watches these like bars hang down as the roper's attack is lowered.
And he's going to teleport both Threign and Niles 15 feet backwards.
Which ends the grapple.
Yay!
I actually will not allow that to happen.
Oh, Threign resists.
I do. I want to be there up close with fighting the roper.
Yeah, you coward.
I don't run.
You little coward, running away from battle.
I appreciate the thought there.
It doesn't sound like
Jared
it,
does.
You watch as Threign gives you a middle finger and then carries on.
No, he just sort of starts laughing, I think. Actually, you know what Threign would be doing right now, actually? I would be sucking in air into my lungs. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Oh, no.
Fair enough. Okay, well, he's going to make a dexterity saving throw, the creature.
I did, and it is a fail. It is an 11.
Okay, when Threign's going to make one as well, then, because he's going to be within 5 feet
of the fire.
No problem. Let me have a quick look at something. Does my danger sense go off against this?
It's an area effect, so yes, it would.
It just says, dex saving throws against effects that I can see.
Yeah, this is an area effect that you can see. I mean, you've seen Flicker vanish and create little bursts of fire where he leaves every time. Probably about 8 or 9 times now.
18, so probably half.
18, and the roper has already failed. Oh, did you roll twice?
Oh, because I have advantage with dangers.
Oh, of course. Yes, so 18, I'm guessing, is a pass, Ember?
Yes, it would be. But
roper definitely failed.
If
he's restrained, it would be a flat roll.
Yeah.
Oh, true. So we'll just take the first one. Yes, that's right. You do have disadvantage on dex saves because you are restrained. So that's the 11. So I'm guessing that is a fail, same as the roper.
Yeah. So
boom.
So that should be 5.
Whoa.
Should be plus my proficiency bonus, which is another 3 fire damage. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do respect Threign for taking full damage and not just being a basic bitch bear totem.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm part of the Giants.
That's what I'm saying. As a forever DM, it's either Moon Druids or bear totems.
We actually don't have. We don't have a Moon Druid. We don't have a bear totem. Everyone's playing the fun subclasses.
I'll be honest, the moment like we were doing giant theme, and then the giant book came out, and I saw the giant subclass for barbarians, I was like, all right.
So we announced this completely giant-centered campaign as a result of the players' decisions at the end of Tyranny of Dragons 3 months before D&D Beyond announced they were going to do Big Bs, and we started the campaign 2 months before Big Bs came. That announcement came, so it was such good timing for us. It was awesome. Perfect timing.
You got 3 druids this game?
We've had 3 druids, 1 for the previous campaign, 2 in this one. We had a moon druid in
3 actually.
Yeah,
we had Circle of the Stars because Michael and obviously before they
actually we had if Simon had joined while Michael was still here, we would have had 3 druids: Circle of Wildfire, Circle of Stars, Circle of Spores. Would have been a heavy druid party. That would have been amazing. Ember, anything else on your turn?
Yep, so that's my bonus action.
Yeah.
As my action, I'm going to produce flame. I'm going to throw some fire at him.
Yeah, absolutely. Ranged spell attack.
25.
25 is going to hit nicely. You guys are rolling well.
Beautiful. And that is 9 fire damage.
Ember, how do you want to do this?
Hey, nice.
I just imagine that it hits it. It looks like it's going to fizzle out, and then all of a sudden he just bursts into flame.
Yeah, I love the idea of as the roper goes to bite into Threign, the mouth opens wide. You just get this shot of fire underneath Threign's arm, right into the roper's mouth, and as it closes down, shutting its maw, the rotten gases of digesting flesh that are building up within it ignite, the flame causing the roper to explode with a soft as it just literally pops like a very wet, rotten balloon. Threign, you are just showered in like chunks of roper as it just almost explodes. Just very, not a massive detonation, just the whole top of it just goes as the gases ignite with this fire. You are no longer restrained as you slough off the tentacles. Anything else on your turn, Ember? That was very nice.
Knowing that, what was it? I think I'm still just out of range of the other one, so I'll probably stick where I am, or maybe move 5 feet next to Flicker.
Head up to Flicker and Niles. Brilliant. Threign. That fucking Firbolg stole your kill.
It did.
Again. This is the second time, Threign.
Sort of, a little. I'm going to turn around and attack. No.
I'm going to double rage.
I've already attacked the party once, so I don't need to do it again. I'm going to run. Yeah, I know. I'm going to run to the roper. I have 40 feet of movement, so by my measurements,
you should be good.
I can get there, which is nice. I have increased range anyway, but that's the funny thing. I have 10-foot reach now as a giant, but because it's Threign, I'm still going within 5.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this character optimally, but it's fun.
No, that's good. We are not an optimized min-maxing group. This is all about having fun, and combat is an adjunct to help build good roleplay.
And that's why I'm going to do what I'm about to do. I was going to do it to the other roper. As I'm running, I'm not even like laughing as I normally do in combat. I'm just breathing in as much air as I can. Okay. I'm a bit dejected because I didn't get to do it before. I'm going to get to this roper because Threign probably realized that being in the Underdark, they would use their sense of hearing a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to get as close as I can to the roper, and with all my might, using thaumaturgy, I'm going to boom as loud as I can, 3 times my normal voice, right in its senses. And I want to see what happens of that.
As you scream into it. I will have it roll a con save.
As loud as I can. Like,
Harry
this is just...
is also really close with incredibly sensitive hearing.
Three times as loud is actually not crazy loud, and then he's also with distance. It's like harming for every like.
It's the thing. That's why the rope. I'm hoping because I'm right next to it and I'm getting right in its.
I will get a con save from you, Harry, but it is a much easier DC than the rope.
Admittedly, this was more cool when I was
21.
being tentacled, grappled by the roper. Yeah. But I just want to see. I already already thought this up, and I'm like, I have to see what would happen to the roper.
As you rush up,
have ears.
as you rush up, cast Thaumaturgy as an action, and then just scream into its face. The roper rolls a 19 for Constitution. I'm so sorry. They're very Constitution-heavy creatures. Harry rolls a 21. As you just scream in its face, the roper kind of like leans back a little bit, its tentacles flapping behind it in the breeze from like and as the tentacles come forwards, the roper, you watch as this long purple tongue comes out and licks its lips as it just full on looks you up and down.
That was very Black Bolt of you, Jared.
Well, I haven't popped his head or like sealed his mouth shut.
Yeah, true.
Who's Black Bolt?
He's the guy from the Multiverse of Madness.
No,
he's the one that screams and he like makes people die.
He's an Inhuman who, if his voice.
I don't know if anyone's seen Hunter x Hunter the anime, but I was thinking of the physical dude.
Yeah,
when he was grappled by that dude.
Uvojin when
Uvojin, yeah.
I love Hunter x Hunter. I love it.
I love it.
The Chimera Ant arc.
The Chimera Ant arc gave me shivers, man. I was when that hunter dies, I was
knowing that people are mortal. I think was like that was a blow because anime I don't think is normally
anyone.
Like that. Anyone, no one is safe. I really liked that. I'm also a big Killua fan. I love Killua.
I'm getting Jess into it at the moment, and I can't wait for when she's falling in love with Gon. I can't wait for when Gon has what happens.
Yeah. Gon has his meltdown and shit.
Can I take a quick detour while we're talking about anime and watching it with our partners? When I first introduced Liv to anime, I made her watch Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Brotherhood or the original?
Yeah.
Brotherhood?
Brotherhood.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The complete one, right? The one that goes end to end.
That's a good recommendation if you're getting into anime. Yeah, good choice.
And you know the guy who dies in the phone booth.
Yeah.
Right?
The inspector. Yes.
So when he's first introducing anime, I'm like, I really love this character.
Yeah.
But don't you think he's a lot like me?
Oh no!
All those parallels.
Oh dear.
He was mentally preparing her for a booby trap.
Yeah.
It could have been worse. She could have said that about the guy who like turns his daughter into.
I was about to say,
mate.
I can't wait to have kids before that episode starts.
Yeah.
It can always be worse.
Oh shit. So... Ali, say that out loud what you just typed in chat.
The next Halloween, I want to get a big black long wig and stick it on my white dog Cora.
Because Cora could pass as that dog.
No,
she's pretty big. Holy shit.
Big white dog.
Threign, is there anything else on your turn? Oh yeah,
no, that'll be it.
Alrighty, Harry, it's your turn.
Yeah, finally. Earlier when Dream said he looked at the roper.
Yes.
After like destroying Tim.
Yeah, just.
The roper's on the other side of Harry, so Harry like slightly moves left and right to just watch what like Dream's eyes are doing because he's not sure if he's looking at him. Because Harry's terrified. That was terrifying. Harry is ready for a bit of combat. He wants to get a bit involved. Yeah. So he'll run up at this roper, move behind here, and he will use a cantrip, which is Booming Blade.
Ooh, very nice.
With his sneak attack damage.
Oh, nice.
Now, do you reckon you're sneaking right now? Oh no, it doesn't matter because he's flanked. So
he does not matter.
Yeah,
I've got he's within range. He's all good.
Yeah.
That's true.
And even if he wasn't, because a swashbuckler, it's a solo, and I still get sneak attack
exactly.
damage.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking swashbuckler. Everyone's playing fun subclasses, I have to say.
Booming Blade. Wait, there was a way to roll them all at once, wasn't there? Can we? I mean, that was a. Let's just ignore that roll and I'll just roll it properly, I think.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, I think if I roll it here, it does it with everything, right? There it is.
17.
I can't read this. 17 to hit.
So the way we do the flanking is rather than getting advantage, we do it as a +2 to AC, so that takes it up to a 19, because Threign is on the other side of this creature.
I'll take it.
It is still just not enough to hit. As you stab forward with the blade, the rapier cutting into... It just glances off the rocky, stony hide of this creature. Sparks fly up from the connection.
here he's like, take this, stabbing in, and he's like just trying to keep poking it, and it's not working. Oh,
you're not taking it. Take it better.
Never mind. And Harry will run away, which he can do without taking an attack of opportunity because he has
fancy footwork.
Yeah, fancy footwork.
Yeah.
And he will hide behind this rock.
Brilliant. Do you want to make a little stealth check?
He might move a bit further because he has a bonus action dash. Yeah, he might hide up here. Oh no, it's still within 50. No, he'll just get to those rocks here. Yeah,
I was going to say, if you bonus action dash, you're then sacrificing your little hide. Do you want to make me a stealth check while you do that? And I will move on to the Roper. One Roper's dead, one's left alive. Threign.
That 20.
20. Threign, a Roper is coming for you. Alrighty, here we go. So, Threign, 16. Not enough, I don't think, is it?
No, that hits. I'm a barbarian.
Oh, does it? Okay, 16 hits. Dream, how close are you? Dream,
I'm within range. If it wants to pull me across the lake so I don't have to make an athletics check, I'm happy.
Cool. It's only going to pull you 25 feet, which I think is going to pull you just over the lake, but it will drag you through the water because gravity's not ignored during this period of time. So Dream, does a 14 hit you? Probably not.
Bruh, I have 10 AC.
10 AC, okay.
Wow.
14.
I'm naked right now.
14 does hit you. And then there's no one else. Niles and Flicker.
That's fine.
Flicker, that's a 10. I don't think that hits Flicker. And
no, it does not.
Does a 15 hit Niles? I rolled really poor.
No.
Shit, there you go. So, Threign, you're already close enough. Dream, you are pulled 25 feet closer to this creature as it tries to pull you in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As you are pulled through the water once again, as the liquid that was already coalescing on your skin. Oh yeah, go.
Could I use a reaction to try to... Could I consume my reaction for this turn to push off and try to jump over the lake so I
100%, yes, absolutely. Do you want to make an athletics check? Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I won't be able to use my fighting interception style if it does take a bite on me or Threign, but I don't...
As it pulls you, take a running jumping move.
Never mind.
8. as you trip over a Geodude currently hiding in the stone that Ember hasn't taken out yet, you just like swan dive into the lake and then get dragged up the side. So I think you were... Where were you? Let me just double check exactly where you were. 25, so that's perfect. Could I please get a quick con save, Dream, as you are pulled through the waters once again?
That is...
a 4.
4? Yeah.
Dream.
That is a 4.
The liquid is definitely corrosive. As it has been exposed to the air, it looks like it was already starting to oxidize and start creating a bit of an acid effect. The second dumping catalyzes this reaction. You take 7 points of acid damage. Whatever.
It's a little bit like pops out of my nose and starts burning my actual beak.
As your beak just disintegrates into goo. No. It can't pull you any closer, Dream, which means it can only bite Threign. Threign. That is going to be a 26 to hit. Oh, it has advantage because you're currently grappled, so I will roll with advantage if I get a natural 20. No, I do not. That is going to be 27 points of piercing damage, Threign.
Alright, let's half that. I'm going to do another Stone's Endurance. Only 5 this time. So, what was it again? 27 half to 13?
Yep.
We ran down
8.
13. I take 8 damage.
Yeah.
As the Roper bites into you. That is the end of the Roper's go. Lyra.
Alright, so sort of sidestepping over a little bit, she's gonna, if I can grab her, she's gonna sort of move over to here, hopefully out of that 50-foot range of the Roper, and she sort of yells out to everyone.
I have to keep moving the map to keep you in focus because you're sprinting out of view. Hang on, let me...
she just kind of yells at everyone, it's like, is anyone particularly hurt? In any kind of danger?
Lyra, that's 50 feet there.
Oh.
You're 65 feet away. I'd say you're in the safe zone. Why don't I, as an incredibly nice GM, why don't I give you this to show you the range of the roper.
That's still fucking terrifying, though.
It is, yeah, it's awful.
No,
But
that actually makes it worse.
would you prefer? Oh, okay. Take it off.
No, it's good.
No.
It's scary.
No. You give people nice things and they don't want it, so it's gone. What are you doing, Lyra?
Yeah, so she yells out to the party and is sort of like, is anyone in particularly dire straits? And then just sort of as she's waiting for their reply, as her action, she's going to summon some of the more mean-looking red corally fungus that might be growing around and summon them out from underneath the roper, doing chill touch on them.
Brilliant. That's a con save, I believe, for the roper.
I think it's just a spell attack.
It was a spell attack. Spell attack first, chill
spell.
touch. I'm getting mixed up with Toll the Dead. What was that? That was a 13. As the fungus grows up around the roper, one of the tentacles just sort of swipes away the fungus, killing them in place. These little, like, tiny blue ice shrooms that grow up. The tentacle just swipes them absent-mindedly, not even noticing, and just kills them before they can grow.
Well, that didn't work. But yeah, if and I guess she's just sort of seeing if anyone
Thumbs
is feeling
up from
kind of low.
Dream. Oh, good. Trying to like resist the rope that's grabbing him. Even with the acid damage, I'm still on full.
Oh yeah, nice.
Alrighty.
Sweet, but,
Oh,
yeah.
something else fun I can do. I can do like blah for like little acid strikes. Blah.
That's cool.
Amazing.
I don't like that.
Niles, it's your go.
Amazing. How tall is the roper?
How tall is the roper? It's a large creature, so I'd say like from base to tip. I don't know how I want to describe it that way.
You did say that its mouth opens from the tip of it, and I was like,
Oh, from the upper section, yeah. Where the foreskin would be. Probably. I mean, the full length of the shaft is, to your eyes, Niles, probably about 9 feet tall.
All right. Because with my movement, I can get to that like bottom right corner of the of where the roper is, but I would be inhabiting Threign's space. I was just wondering if I could like fly above and attack from that position.
Yeah. You could be. Although Threign is also about 9 feet tall.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you probably best off getting next to him.
I'm actually really. I think I'm double in size, so technically I'm like 16 feet tall, all to the height of the roof.
I realize I forgot to show you what Tim the Enchanter looks like. There's a picture of him in chat right now.
Yeah.
What he looked like.
A really cool dude. The opposite of T. Hands up right now. Who has actually seen that film or who knows about it through popular culture? You've actually seen it. Hands up.
I have no
Memes
idea.
only.
You don't want to see teeth, and you never want to experience it.
Ali, could you do me a favor? Could I get you to tilt your webcam down just a touch? Legend.
That's fine.
Thank you, that's
I will use. I'm going to use Step of the Wind. I'm going to get up in its grill and try and lay down some pain.
Lay down some
Step of the Wind
pain.
Yeah,
That's your new metal album, isn't it? Coming out in fall on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Yep.
Is Canon or Owen bullshitting?
Owen bullshitting.
I don't know. Like, should I support
handy guide, flip a coin. Still hard to tell.
I wish. That'd be so cool.
My favourite type of humour is when people genuinely don't know whether or not I'm kidding. It's my favourite type. Like, the moment of confusion on people's faces brings me more joy than anything in this world. It's fantastic.
I'm just going to punch it. So...
Just punch it. Yeah. That's a natural 1.
That's not going to do anything.
As you slam into the stony hide, but it's balanced out by the next one, which is a crit, which is a natural 20. Holy shit!
Let's
Amazing.
Money.
Your first punch just glances off this creature, and as you look closer, you realize you just punched a stalactite that was around the base of the rope, or an actual stalactite.
Yeah.
Your second hit, you go, no, I'm not taking any chances. You leap up and punch it in the eye.
I imagine actually. I'm imagining with the Step of the Wind, I'm kind of flying at this point, so my wings kind of like jump out and I like glide towards it, and I probably reach out with a punch into the stalactite there, and I'm like and then I kick down with my feet and strike down at the eye with my clawed, taloned feet.
That is 15 points of damage with your crit, and I will say, Niles, it's at this point as you fly above Dream. Dream doesn't have his wings.
Oh.
I'd say this is the first time you notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't mention them in the character description.
No. This is the first time you notice the absence of wings. Dream does not have wings.
In that moment, there's a wave of confusion that goes over through Niles' mind. But he's still too focused on trying to take the roper out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all Niles can do. Can he get out of this now? Can he fly away? Probably can, actually.
Do you want to give it a go?
Well, Step of the Wind, I can... Oh, no, I've used the dash action, so no. Yeah. I will stay where I am.
Dream, it is your turn.
Is it going to be a action or bonus action to call, who I'm guessing, because it doesn't have a duration and they're still waiting in the sidelines for me,
yeah.
My find steed?
If you're to call out to it and cry out for it to come and assist, I'd say that's even just a free action just to call out to it, unless you're commanding it specifically to do something, which I think.
No, I'm also just calling it to, because right now I have no movement and I'm hoping that it might be able to pull me out, but I'm guessing it's still sort of tucked behind where I first was. So yeah, I'm just going to
assumed you left it behind, but I can bring it out.
Shout out, Kong Chi, waiting for the Furav that I've bonded with to hopefully come.
How do I spell that so that I can put it on the...
Kongqi.
Q.
It is.
That is familiar.
Find greatest steed. Or find steed, I should say. Give you... There you go. You should have control of it now as well, and it should have its name in the section. Perfect. Awesome. Can you see that?
How do I change it? Because as obviously a horse or anything there, I think it summons a large-sized rather than a medium. I don't know how to do that on Roll20. Sorry.
Is that better?
Yes. Okay. Well, as it joins, it also is unlike regular Furabs missing its wings, so it's going to gallop along the ground towards me.
Brilliant. I'll need to update the token artwork. I had not finished that yet.
And take a dash action, just getting to beside me. I'm guessing that's all it's probably doing because I haven't given it an instruction. It's just trying to get to me.
Exactly.
For my turn, I am going to... seeing that the Goliath is more friend than foe, despite my own trauma.
Interesting.
And the Owlin that flies over, but it seems like the rope is mainly focused on this Threign. Everyone keeps shouting out because a couple of people have called out each other's names.
Yes.
Threign, just keep its attention. Don't attack it if you can. And I'm going to cast Sanctuary on him.
Ooh, very nice. Which means that any creature attacking him has disadvantage, I believe.
It has to make a Wisdom save, otherwise it just cancels the attack.
Just can't even do it. Amazing. Brilliant. Anything else on your turn, Dream?
No, that's my bonus action. Oh, that's a bonus action. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to try to break free with an athletics check.
May as well.
13.
Is just not enough, sorry.
Okay.
The Ember.
The Ember.
The Ember.
So, I'm feeling pretty confident because I've just destroyed the other creature, so I'm gonna...
With just a little tiny flame as well, I mean...
Yeah, exactly.
Your power must be over 9,000 right now. You're doing
So I'll use my full movement. I'll move 30 feet up, and I will again throw. It worked before. I throw my produce flame. So
brilliant.
Does the 11 not hit?
11 definitely does not hit. The 11 just on the edge of the roper just goes out.
And then Flicker, he's gonna run up, seeing me fail so miserably. Run up, stand just in front of me, and he's going to launch his flame seed. So
it's like leech seed, but flamey.
Yeah. So use your spell attack modifier. So it would be I'm going to use that because it's got nothing in there, but it should be the same as that, I think. Your spell modifier, so 19?
19 is just not enough.
Okay.
I'm sorry. However, the creature is currently surrounded by enemies, flanked on all sides. I think it would apply to the flanking rule to give that +2, which would bring it to 21.
Okay. Awesome. Then that hits.
Yes, it
so
would hit.
that just 1d6? 6?
Nice. Amazing.
And that gets... it's not automatically adding my proficiency bonus to that as well, is it?
Does it for flicker?
Yeah, it's just in the description.
Yeah, it should have an add-on to the damage, because that damage there is just from the summoning of it.
Just the roll.
Yeah, so it should be
That's 3 for
another
your proficiency,
+3.
I believe. Yeah. Brilliant. Fantastic. 9 points of damage. Anything else on your turn, Ember?
No, that's all for the moment.
Threign, let's finish this, buddy.
So I look at Dream, who just said, Threign, don't attack him. I look at him, I sort of scoff. I'm sorry, I'm a barbarian. I scoff. I don't know who you are, bigger bird. I listened to maybe the other bird, the smaller one, but I don't know who you are. So, yes, I'm going to... I just start laughing, sort of, no, I do what I do. And I just take my axe and try and bury it into the ripper.
Make me an attack with...
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's
Sure.
our characters learning each other.
You do have disadvantage, Threign, because you are currently grappled.
Yes, so
and
I will
restrained.
reckless, so it will be
Just cancel it out. Just a flat roll.
Flat roll.
Nice.
17 will miss.
17 will miss.
Let's
I think
do
the funniest
one
thing
other
I've seen
attack.
recently is I watched a D&D stream where they were stacking advantages, and they had like a 3 times advantage where they rolled a dice.
Oh, wow.
3 times in additional to the original roll. And
Oh, wow.
That's when I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to do advantage.
That
That's
is-
a lot of it's a lot of advantages, like stacking them up
You can
like that.
kind of do that with elven accuracy a little bit, but
Sort of.
sort of, but not quite like that.
But that's one instance. This was for like a cooking tools proficiency. I was like, wow.
Okay, all right. That's a little bit. That's a little
It
bit.
needed to go extreme. It was an Iron Chef one-shot.
At that point though, they just succeed, right? Like,
Yeah.
right? Like at that point, just have them succeed. Anything else on your turn, Threign?
We'll do another attack.
Brilliant.
26 to hit.
That will definitely hit 7 points of
Perfect.
slashing damage
So
plus 2
9
for your
slashing,
rage. Yep.
Slashing, yep. I still have one. I have 2 more frost strikes. Why not? Let's do it. I'm going to imbue this with a frost strike, so I do an additional d6 cold damage.
Brilliant.
And then it does
Cold
a
damage.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
DC 15.
Does.
If it fails it, speed reduced
Sorry,
to 0.
Con save. That is going to be a 14 for the con save.
Oh hell yeah! So it's 0. This has really insane range anyway, so it's probably not a big deal. But yeah, it can't move.
It actually only has 10 feet of movement.
Now it has 0. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It does now have 0. It does
Let's
now have 0.
go.
Anything else on your turn, Threign? Happy chappy?
Done my...
Looking good?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good.
Harry.
Cool.
Come on, Harry. Time to finish this.
Easy. Here you will sneak up on the guy from the beak.
Yeah, natural 20 on your stealth. This thing hasn't seen you. Attention is focused on
I will attack with advantage with my booming blade.
Brilliant, eh?
One. Oh, I did again. Ignore that.
That's okay.
I'm
All good.
So sorry. It's so confusing.
How dare you?
Do you know what? You're fine.
15 to hit and a 19 to hit. But with flanking, that becomes 21.
Plus 2 becomes 21. That hits.
Nice.
So we always take the first damage. That's 10 piercing damage,
And then we'll take my booming blade damage from above because that
Yep.
didn't roll.
which is 6 booming blade damage. And you also get the sneak attack, which is the 7, because it does not know you are there, and you are flanking anyway.
It
Nice.
takes the 11, I think, from the thunder damage.
Oh, is it the...
I'm pretty sure I'm at the level where I can do 2d.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
I think what it does is I think it adds 1d8 on the attack and then 2d8 if it moves after it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's-
Yes. The 2d8's the
That's
one.
correct.
Oh,
yes.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, that's right.
That's what
right.
that's for.
Well, it's not moving anytime soon. So.
Speed is 0.
Salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on your
That-
turn, Harry?
That is my action. My
Yeah.
bonus action will be, Let me heal not. I
think I might go pour a healing potion in Tim's mouth. He seemed like a cool brew.
Warlocks recover spell slots and short rests, right?
They do.
In Tim's mouth.
Oh, I should have done. Okay, it's alright. I should have done that before. I will run away in the bonus section hide again.
Nice. Brilliant. Fantastic. Roll me a stealth check. It is the Roper's go. There are 26. There are lots of lovely targets nice and close. Threign is already grappled, so it cannot use its tentacle on Threign.
Oh no, that's bad. It means there's more options now.
Thank God it has 6 tendrils, though.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go in order. Niles, 25.
That hits.
Kong Chi, that is 12.
Oh.
That's a miss, I think, for the fear of. Pretty sure it's got an AC of 13.
No, 12 is
12 is the AC.
Yeah, 12 is the AC.
Damn.
Dream, 21.
I'm already...
You're already grappled, sorry, then it is going to be Ember and Flicker. Flicker misses with the 21. We'll go in order as it goes around. 21 misses Flicker, 17 for Ember.
No, it misses.
Misses, son of a bitch. It's going to pull all of you in, essentially, right up close. And then, there's so many options for who to bite. Simon, just because you narrowly avoided being hit, could you please roll me a d6? 1, 2 for Threign, 3, 4 for Niles. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, d8, please. D8, sorry. My math
Is
is
it
off.
pulling us all into one spot, or just as close to it as possible?
As close to it as possible. I think there was a little bit of a token glitch. Let me move. There you go. Niles should have been there. She should have been there, and you should be there, Dream. There we go. Just pulls you right in.
Can I try and taunt it with a reaction? I haven't.
What would you say or do to taunt it? Would you try and make yourself look more delicious somehow?
Well, I'm so much larger than everyone else. Be like, look at all this beautiful meat you could eat.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't have that triple advantage on your cooking tool proficiency. You could have prepared a nice slab of meat to...
I tried to be the tank, so no one else would take this.
Well, no, the Roper is actually a gourmet. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
well,
a gourmand.
Actually, I have a little hibachi grill over here.
I'm happy to roll the... I'll roll the d8. That is a 1, which means it is you anyway, Threign.
Hey!
There you
Lovely.
go. Roper's been watching too much
Wasn't
Food
Sanctuary
Wars.
casted on Threign?
It is, so it has to make a whiz save. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly right.
Well, Sanctuary, but if I attack, doesn't that go away?
You haven't attacked yet, have you?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
has.
Attacked.
He did
Oh,
attack.
you have. Yeah,
He did
that's
attack,
correct.
so it's just the normal attack. I will disregard the whiz save I just made. Threign. That's going to be...
Oh no, Sanctuary is no longer on. He attacked.
Yeah. Cool.
That's right.
That is going to be Threign. Let me see if this bite hits. It's a natural 20. Sorry, mate. This is going to be... This is going to be really bad.
That's fine.
I can take a little.
So, let me just add these together.
I'm squishy.
Threign, that's going to be 58 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
I'll wait
what's
until
that?
I'll wait until we've done all the stuff that we need to do, but I'm going to use a reaction to help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
58 points of piercing
58
damage.
divided by 2 is what? 24?
29.
29.
29. Yeah, my bad. I fucked it. I'm definitely going to chuck a Stone's Endurance on that. I take another 5 off, so it's 24. I'm still up.
I'm going to use my fighting style interception to try to shove my sword in the mouth so that it can't fully enclose around whatever torso limb it's holding onto. So 1d10 plus 3 will be also taken off.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
That's cool.
So we're currently at 24. Let's see what this is.
13 max.
Oh, hell yeah.
13 more
So
damage.
24 goes down to
11.
Wow. That's
Wow,
such a good...
so much.
That went
There's so much
from-
damage reduction
that went
between me and Christian.
That's great.
58 points of damage that you were about to take then.
As the bite
But
comes
two
into
of
like the
them.
head, I'll shove it into the top of the mouth. As I'm guessing you sort of grab the bottom of the mouth.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That is
Okay.
the Roper's full go. Its speed is 0. It cannot move. Lyra. Come on, Lyra. Finish this off. It's looking so hurt.
Yeah. She's just gonna yell out, like, let them go, please! And just throws another chill touch at them. She doesn't want to get any closer, then.
Fair.
Yep. Come on. Is that what I think it is? It's what I think it is!
Is that a natural 20? It's another natural. Holy shit!
Wow.
How many natural 20s have we had?
There's been a
to
lot of nat 20s.
a lot of nat 20s.
You rolled pretty good damage. You did 14 damage plus another 16. For 30.
34 damage. No, 30 damage. 30 damage. Lyra, how do you want to do this?
Hey!
Very nicely done.
Huge.
Whatever the meanest looking mushroom is that sort of, in this general cavern is probably where she's taken the inspiration from. It's, sort of creeps up like a big devil's fingers looking thing and just tries to sort of slowly suck it under. Like, I don't know if it can do that, but it's just like compressing it back into the earth as it tries to
so you know how bamboo shoots can grow up through like earth and stone and,
really quickly.
Human flesh if you were to lie on top of a bamboo shoot that was growing. I like the idea of this being like an iron cap mushroom just growing through the middle of the roper, and as it gets to the tip it just shoots out the top, bursting through the roper's head as it the tentacles just fall limp at its side.
Wow.
You are all out of initiative.
As the roper finishes its ejaculation of mushroom.
It does have a flared tip right now. The iron shrimp poking out through the top.
Gross.
Love it.
Dream is going to sort of grab the rope off of himself and just look towards everyone. Hand still on sword, not sure friend or foe.
Honestly, like the moment you did all your stuff, I booming laugh. That was fun, bigger bird. Lovely to meet you. My name is Threign. What is yours? And I go to like give you a predator handshake.
6 seconds later, Threign shrinks down in size to a medium-sized creature.
Actually, it's perfect. As I'm coming down,
as you come closer,
it's almost like, and then I put my hand out for a predator.
Kind of like come down for the handshake,
Because like I saw him do his like stab into the mouth. We took it out together with Lyra's help as well, and everyone else's, of course.
I had no idea that you were a bro, and he comes in and like meets your hand on hand.
Hell yeah, I'm athletic doing that. 17
handshake.
Athletics. I always do athletics with my...
21 athletics.
17 for Threign, 21
yes.
for Dream.
Niles looks on a little bit like, It looks at the ground like, all fine.
Well met. I did...
like this one. This one's not bad. What is your... You did not say your name, did you? Sorry, I was just caught up in the moment.
I guess Dream is sort of my name at the moment. It's nice to meet all of you, especially a fellow kin from Ares.
Oh yes. A pleasure to meet you. It's strange for me to find another Owlin out in the of all places, the Underdark. It's a rather strange place to meet another Owlin.
You're the first of our kind that I've seen down here, Owlin or Aarakocra. Bird people, as I look towards Threign with a sort of black out.
Big bird and little bird. Nice.
Don't mean to rush anything, but you mentioned poison people. I may be able to help.
Oh yes, our deep gnomes, our friends, our guides. They seem to have been under some sort of affliction. They're not long for this world. If you could take a look at them, that would be rather helpful.
Could I use 15 health points worth of lay on hands, 555,
yes,
and
to cure
the disease from all?
Nice.
Yes.
Heck
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Dream, as you rush over to the deep gnomes who had been sort of like left on the side of the cave, right back at the entrance this whole time, just abandoned.
I like that he was just like, you go down, and when you first said, you see like the unconscious one just on the ground. I was trying to hold my glass.
Yeah, I saw you laughing.
Wait, I won't lie though. Knowing Threign, for him to have the foresight to let them get off first before he rushed into combat.
They jumped off, yeah.
That was because I made sure that I crashed down and then let them off. If I had run into combat,
yeah,
but I learned a little bit. I'm learning a little bit from Niles and the party. Being a bit more conscious of my actions.
As you rush over Dream and place your hands upon them, summoning that holy energy that you've called upon before, you recognize two of these deep gnomes. Oh, you go.
Oh, okay. That changes things a little bit. No, what I was thinking of is this is probably even a little bit things that Nile would recognize of pressing into pressure points and imbuing the energy into those specific arears with this lay on hands.
That's hilarious. I tried to do this exact thing last session, and I unstriked them in the chest because I rolled a nat 1 on my medicine check.
You just flat out punched them full force. Yes.
As I actually press into the correct areas, but there is a magical aura around it. It is slightly visible of this. I would think grayish color aura, definitely not holy. I feel like, and as my hand presses into it, I'd probably even say that as I move across to the next one, everyone would notice that object that's buried in the palm of my hand, or my feathers.
As you perform the sort of off white light, this kind of tinted grey, kind of like a negative light shining from your hands, this after image of light.
Niles watches this intently, seeing this sort of practice. He kind of in his mind, he's like, "Oh yes, this is what I was trying to do. I couldn't remember the technique. This is simply marvelous." And I just watch on in amusement.
Normally, obviously he's a bit more practiced than you are, so it's okay. Did you see what he did to that guy? He threw him across the room as well.
Yes.
He's getting some brownie points on me, if I'll be honest. I want to spar with him more now.
I'm pretty... did you see me before? I landed some great strikes on that.
I'm joking, my friend. I pat him on the back.
Dream.
See,
as you finish the pressure points, you recognize the last gnome on the end.
Yeah, I was about to say, do I know them, or is it sort of just they look familiar?
One of the gnomes looks vaguely familiar. One of them you have seen Noose before at the camp. Noose escaped 4 days ago, but now is back here with 2 gnomes, one of which looks vaguely familiar, one of which you don't recognize at all. And as you perform the lay on hands and cast the spell, Noose's eyes, the one who's unconscious, flickers open and looks and goes, "Dream?"
Now, just to clarify here, my refugees, my previous first place, where I was mining, or the place before that, where I had my wings torn off.
The place you were mining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, rope, string, noose. Yes? I forgot your name. Was a little...
nods as you say that.
A little funny.
Holds out a hand.
Are you okay?
I feel better. You escaped too? How?
I'm more so surprised. I was always wondering how you did it. I don't know. I guess I got lucky. As this is happening, it's still not fully sure about those around me. That they had the Swift Noblin dying. I still don't know who they are. I would like to use a divine sense now.
Absolutely. I was going to say, as the last thing that happens, I like this idea of it being as our cliffhanger. As you cast your divine sense, the magic sweeping out from you, you sense no fae, no fiends. No, you would sense. Harry's not really fae, but actually Lyra has been heavily touched by the fae. So actually, I rescind that. Sorry, no fiends, no undead, but celestials. Very faint sense of celestial magic coming from a pouch at the waist of one of the team. And fae? Lyra is imbued with fae magic, more than you would expect for an Eladrin. There is something a bit odd about her. I'd say about her aura that you kind of see with this divine sense. There's a darkness as well as this growth moving throughout her aura that is not hers.
And just for my views on the people themselves, as well as my
all
father always
good
told me.
aligned characters.
Okay.
Well, actually, Harry, you're chaotic neutral, aren't you, Harry? Right?
No, I'm chaotic good.
Chaotic good. I think everyone is good aligned, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Lyra's not neutral.
Oh, Lyra's neutral. Sorry, Lyra's neutral. And I think on that, that is where we will wrap up for tonight, because this next bit, I want to make sure we're not rushing through it. I don't want to cut it off. I think this is a really important part where you start to explore the shared history and the lore, and I want to make sure we give that the time it deserves. So that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. If you're watching us on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go raid another channel. If you're watching us on YouTube or listening on the podcast, thank you so much, firstly. Secondly, we only really need another 45 of you legends to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and we are now YouTube partners. So if you have not already hit the subscribe button, become a legend. Just hit it. That's all you have to do. Just press the button, now you're a legend. So easy. Make sure you do it. If you're watching on the podcast...
I'm doing it right now.
He's doing it right now. Exactly. You could be a legend. Look at this. Now Christian has just become a legend. Before this, really life hadn't added up to anything. But now, suddenly in this moment, it all comes together. Don't you feel better now that you've hit it? Doesn't life just seem...
I now feel like I'm worth something to
exactly.
others.
Do you feel complete?
Yes.
You feel complete?
Yeah.
Partially.
Yes.
Partially.
I do hear hitting that button does bring you to completion. So that is a really important thing to do. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us.
Like the roper. If you want to be just like the roper, everyone.
It's the Y spot. Just make sure you hit the Y spot. And exactly. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you all again next time. Stay safe, stay well, and until then, farewell. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
See you, everyone.
See you guys.